KTFM Floresville and SASportsStar.com. San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, the NBA playoff tournament has another elimination. The Warriors beat the Clippers, sending them packing. Steph Curry led the way with 35 points. Warriors now move on to take on the Suns tomorrow night at 9 in Phoenix. The winner clinching the 8th seed with the right to face top-seeded and defending champion OKC. Philadelphia 76ers punched their ticket to the postseason with a win over the Orlando Magic. Philly's the 7th seed. They'll take on the Celtics Sunday at noon.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Out and about again. We are live at Novo Brewery, North Star Mall, attached to North Star Mall. It's got its own entrance here, so you don't have to go through the mall if you don't want to. Grace is over here washing a table, waiting for you to come in. She's going to take very good care of you when you do. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. He's Jason Minix.
And Grace is now pissed at you.
She's pissed at me.
Like, of all the things you could have said that she's doing.
I'm trying to get her some business over here.
Well, and she appreciates that.
Buku
and
tips.
She's also saying that if you weren't such a slob, she wouldn't have to spend so much time trying to clean that table.
I know that
because half your burger is on that table and floor.
Well, it's that jalapeno sauce that they put on there.
What kind of sauce?
It's jalapeno sauce.
Far better than your Arch sauce.
Well, I've never tried Arch's sauce, so I don't know what that's like. But
that wasn't Arch sauce. It was somebody's sauce. It wasn't Arch's.
It was the jalapeno sauce, but it was delicious. The only thing Grace had to do was take the bacon off. I didn't want bacon. Now, if you want a burger here at Novo, you can get it with bacon on it. It comes with it.
And the look you got when you said no bacon.
Yeah, she kind of said, you're a weirdo.
What do you mean you don't want bacon on your burger? like that's anti-American.
It's
not. It is.
No,
it is.
It's not. I don't. I prefer no bacon on my burger.
Which is
like
weird.
Bacon.
It's weird. But most people pay extra for bacon on the burger.
Most people do, but here at Novo, you don't have to because it comes with it.
Well, it's built into the price.
That's exactly right.
So you're paying more for your burger.
Well, it's
not like they deduct the price for no bacon.
Well, it's your, it's your day to pay, so it doesn't matter. I should have got the ribeye steak.
Yeah, it is my day to pay, isn't it? All right. See, then you say it's bacon on the side so you could have walking bacon.
I see.
Or a side of bacon. Or, hey, Minix, you want the bacon to go with your shrimp.
You didn't want that bacon.
Well, I always want bacon.
Hey, Grace, can I get my bacon?
No, you can't have your bacon now. All right, yeah, she'll bring you your bacon.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness.
Everybody wants to know Buku what?
Buku tips.
Tips. That's not what you said. That's not what we heard anyway.
That's exactly what I said.
I don't think so.
You guys are just, the mind of a 12-year-old. That's the problem. You and Pledge.
Well,
both of you.
And you.
You and Pledge.
So we have a poll question. If given the choice, all things equal, do you want bacon on your burger? The answer is yes.
Well, I don't know that. We'll see. Now, there have been some people say no.
Now, again, for some, for religious reasons, I understand that.
It has nothing to do with religious reasons. I love
with
bacon.
you.
I love bacon.
You just don't like bacon on a burger, which is weird.
It's
weird.
Well, look, a lot of people do a lot of weird things.
I know.
I prefer no bacon on the burger. That's all. If I got eggs in the morning, bacon, I love it. Fantastic. Don't want it on my burger. I don't know why that's weird. Honestly, I mean, that's why they have bacon burgers and regular burgers. This one just happens to come with bacon on it.
Because bacon is better.
I said, take it off.
Bacon
and
makes
Grace took it off.
Better.
She was fine.
I mean, bacon makes everything better.
Well, perhaps. I don't know. I just don't know. But you can vote in the poll if y'all feel differently. Obviously, 17% of the folks that have voted don't want bacon on their burger either. So are they weird too?
I mean, Franklin Bateo, who I rarely agree with, says only psychos don't like bacon on burgers and ketchup in mashed potatoes.
Now, see, is he saying he likes ketchup and mashed potatoes?
I think he's talking about your ketchup and chicken fried steak.
Well, I don't do ketchup and mashed potatoes.
But ketchup in your chicken fried steak. Which is also weird.
That's delicious.
Yet you make fun of so many people. Like Joe Reinagle has his way, and if you're not Joe's way, you're wrong.
Yes.
But when you disagree with Joe, it's like everybody has their own taste. It's all good.
That's true.
Yeah.
I like ketchup on chicken fried steak and no bacon on my burger.
Mm-hmm.
With eggs in the morning, love it. Fantastic. Love bacon.
Yep.
It's all good.
Yeah. And buku tips.
And buku. That's where we're going to get Grace today. Buku tips. Just for her. It's a very sweet girl. She takes very good care of us every time we're in here.
Every time.
Every single time.
Every time.
So it is good to be back here at Novo Brewery, though. There's going to be a lot going on out here today. I know we got stuff to give away. I think we do.
Maybe.
Yeah, we got stuff. We got T-shirts over there, and I think they've got some drink special. We'll find out all of this information.
I'm glad we're prepared.
Yes, we'll find out.
Good job, Joe.
But there's going to be stuff, and you're going to like it. So make your way down here. It's Thursday. It's a weekend for all intents and purposes.
Sure.
Right? It's Thursday. Start early. Come down here and hang with us, Novo Brewery.
And the other thing, there is if you're a business person and you want to network, there is a huge networking meeting that's happening here today at 4
o'clock.
And so, if that's your thing, if you're look, if you're in sales, you tell the boss, I'm going to a networking event at 4 o'clock. And you're good because you're working.
Well, I guarantee you every salesperson in our office will be here.
Well, because they're networking.
Well, that's
networking.
It. Sure.
So if you want to meet a landscaper, an insurance person, a radio salesperson, get on over here. Just hint. Hey, boss, I'm going to a network. I'm going to work late tonight too. Yeah.
Sure.
It starts at 4.
Starts at 4.
They've been setting up over there with some technology, like it's a real meeting.
It's a real deal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. It's going to be great. But look, if you haven't been to Novo Brewery yet, shame on you. You ought to get down here today. Check this place out, because once you check it out, once you come in here once, I promise you're going to come back again and again and again. And I tell you, with the NBA playoffs coming up, as we sit here, set up with the radio setup, I can see, I don't know, 7 television sets. I guess they don't call them sets anymore. 7 televisions with all kinds of different stuff playing on them.
It's all sports.
Well, I got tennis over here. I got a replay of football there. We've got top 10 overall with the draft. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff happening. That's a replay of the Giants and the Broncos.
It is.
Wow.
On the NFL Network. Yes.
The hell would the NFL Network do? I mean, that's what they do. They replay stuff like this.
What do you expect them to do?
I don't know.
I mean,
maybe some original programming
in the middle of the day.
Well, why not?
In April.
Yes.
Right?
Sure.
They're now owned by ESPN. So, but you realize that's what the NFL Network has done for years?
Sure.
I mean, is this your first time actually watching the NFL Network? Maybe.
Not at 2:00 on a Thursday afternoon. I usually don't watch. The NFL
would you
Network,
rather see a replay of the morning show, Good Morning Football, and they could just call it Good Afternoon Football?
It'd be okay.
I mean, you understand the price cutting and jobs that have been lost in this business. You want all day.
Do they still have that?
Programming?
Is that show still on? Good Morning Football.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. Well, good. See, we learned things.
Just now, well, I mean, you have learned some things.
Yes. Now, see,
now we can watch this game, and we can make bets
with who?
On the play-by-play. Well, with you.
Okay.
I mean, you're a sucker. You would probably take a bet. Like, what do you think's going to happen here?
Well, if I had to guess, and I don't remember this game, and I have no clue what year this is. Was this last year?
Well, that was Bo Nix and Jackson Dart. So, yes.
I'm assuming that the Broncos won the game.
You're assuming, huh?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
I'm assuming that.
But I think the Giants probably had a big lead.
The Giants
a
suck.
huge lead going into the fourth quarter.
Uh-huh.
Which is probably why they're showing this game.
I remember
which
this
is
game,
why
yeah.
I mean, once the Giants build that big lead, I'm going to bet you lunch that Denver's going to come back and win this, and you're going to say, okay.
I already said Denver was going to win. So you're screwed, buddy.
No, I'm not, because now you're buying lunch. Because, a couple old people that have never seen this game or don't remember this game, it's like new to them.
I remember this game now, though.
I
do. Now that you said that, yes.
Yeah.
I do.
I'm glad.
So I'm not falling for the banana in the tailpipe.
I mean, you should.
Right? I'm not.
I mean, look, the NFL Network's like Hollywood. I mean, I don't know. We got anything original? Let's play the good stuff. You see Top Gun 3. They're making a new one of those.
They are, and the Fockers.
Yes, they're back.
They're back.
Yeah, they're back.
Ariana Grande is in that, I saw.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
I guess she's the love interest of Ben Stiller's, one of his kid.
Uh-huh.
So she's pretty shiny. Very nice, very nice. Make your way down here, Novo Brewery. That's where we are. That's where we're going to be until 6 o'clock at least. And who knows how much longer after that. But there's going to be a big party here starting at 4 o'clock. A mixer. It's business, not a party. Sorry, bosses. If people are coming down
networking event.
It's a networking event.
Yes.
You're going to get lots of business out of it. That is for sure. When we come back, we're going to talk a lot about the NBA. A couple of more play-in games last night. Golden State Warriors. Steph Curry is just something else.
And old Kawhi, baby, is out of the playoffs again.
I love it. And politicking to be a member of the Golden State Warriors, I think. That's where he wants to end up if I read him right. We'll talk about that. We'll and a lot of NBA news, some appeals decided today. Some good, some not so good. We're talking about it live at Novo Brewery. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Trust, price, and ease of transaction. That is GiveMeTheVin.com. We love to buy cars. People don't trust car buyers. People think the price is going to be wrong, and people think it's going to be a hassle. Trust, price, and ease of transaction. That is what we do at GiveMeTheVin.com, and that's what makes us America's best car buyer. Go to GiveMeTheVin.com right now and get a quote on yours.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Hey everybody, Joe Reinigal here for Window Nation. You know, spring is a great time to open your windows, and wait, your windows won't open? They leak? They're cracked? They need repainting again? You know, getting top quality custom fit windows from Window Nation is easy and affordable. During the More You Buy, the More You Save sale, you could save up to 50% off. Plus, you could get them with 0% interest for 5 years. During uncertain times, one of the best investments you can make is in your home. So visit windownation.com now to book a consultation.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like a staff accountant at the height of tax season.
Congrats. Looks like the company owes, $50 in taxes. How about that? That seems low. Why only 50?
Why do you care so much? It's not your money.
This is the time for sponsored jobs.
This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
Dell PCs with Intel inside are built for the moments you plan and the ones you don't. For the time you forgot your charger at the gate.
Passengers, we are now on our initial ascent.
Or when you're bouncing between projects like a ping pong ball. We build PCs with long-lasting battery life, so you're not scrambling for an outlet. And built-in intelligence, so you can stay focused on whatever you're doing. Dell Technologies, built for you. Dell.com/Dell PCs.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Coming up on the Morning Huddle, the playoffs are set. 16 teams vying for one trophy in the NBA, Rob.
Hey, let's pay attention to a wounded thumb. Is Dylan going to be ready for Sunday? Are the Trailblazers going to be tougher than we expect? We'll undo it all. Get here early. The party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Live at Novo Brewery, North Star Mall is where we are. If you come down the Rector side of North Star Mall, which I guess you could say is behind North Star Mall, you go right in and you'll run right into Novo Brewery. Right there, it's got its own entrance. You don't have to walk through the mall, unless, of course, you want to. You can do that if you like.
Is that what it means by being attached?
That's exactly what it means.
To North Star Mall?
Yes, I say that because it's got its own entrance. It is attached to North Star Mall. There is an entrance from the mall that you can get in here as well, but you don't have to. And they're not married to mall hours. They're open later than that. So come on down here and party with us on a Thursday afternoon. You just might get something, well, you never know, for free. It's possible.
It is possible.
Always possible.
Free ice water.
Free. It's delicious, by the way.
The play-in games last night, maybe not as good as they were 2 nights ago, but, you know, Philly-Orlando was a solid game. Philly wins 109-97. And then the Golden State Warriors with that incredible comeback. I mean, Steph Curry, and I was one. Why is he even doing this? Shut him down for the rest of the year. This team isn't going anywhere. But he wants to come back, and then he does Steph Curry things. That three that he made, never saw the ball go in the basket because he went into the front row and then asked a fan, did it go in? Like he knew it was in.
He knew it.
And Draymond Green's defense on number 2 late was incredible. And the Clippers are done. Golden State wins at 126-121. And I know we here in San Antonio, because it is who we are, love to pile on that dude. And my goodness, the Clippers have spent almost $300 million on Kawhi Leonard legally. And then, of course, the illegal funds that he may or may not have been receiving for planting trees and whatnot.
He did.
And Steve Ballmer, who's a brilliant businessman, 0 return out of the investment in Kawhi Leonard. They're up 13, and they can't get it done.
Which really surprised me. When I'm watching this game, I'm thinking, all right, this is kind of what I expected. I expected the Clippers to win this thing. But Steph Curry is just one of those special ball players. To me, he's the best shooter that's ever played in the game. You could tell me somebody else, and I'm going to disagree with you. Steph Curry is the best shooter the NBA has ever seen. And I love the guy. I think he's spectacular. They don't have enough to do anything else. And I'd be surprised if they beat Phoenix tomorrow night. But just the fact that they did come back, knocked out number 2 in the Clippers, I love that. That's fantastic. But I don't see the Warriors. I really expect Phoenix to beat them tomorrow night.
Well, although it is Golden State in that playoff experience, is certainly there. And let's face it, a Draymond Green-Dylan Brooks matchup, I mean,
they don't like each other.
That could be fun, but you go back to, Kawhi in 2020, Clippers eliminated in the second round. They didn't make the conference finals in 21, then eliminated in the play-in in 22, first round in 23, first round in 24, first round in 25, and eliminated in the play-in. And I mean, the money that Kawhi has made from the Clippers.
Oh my!
And then, of course, maybe the worst trade in NBA history, because the Oklahoma City Thunder are now going to be in the lottery because they get the Clippers pick for that Paul George deal. And you think about that deal, because Kawhi said, I want Paul George, and the Clippers gave up everything for Paul George, including SGA and a whole bunch of I mean, truly, this goes down as maybe the worst trade in NBA history. Not only did the Clippers give up SGA, but all the draft picks, and this year that's going to be a lottery pick. So the Thunder are going to be 10 or 11, I think, in the draft is where it's going to come down.
Well, I tell you what, the rich just keep getting richer when it comes to them. And, Spurs had the Atlanta Hawks pick, but those donkeys end up in the playoffs. And so it's like unbelievable. Yeah, it's unbelievable that OKC just continues to get high draft picks. But that's for next year. This year, we'll see what happens. Hopefully they can be unseated on their crown by the San Antonio Spurs. Going to be interesting to see. And this week is just, when it comes to the playoffs, is just it's devastating. I'm glad we have play-in games. At least it kind of keeps you entertained, although there's nothing tonight.
No.
But, man, the wait for game one on Sunday night is just excruciating.
It is, although is the rest needed? Sure. They want to play games over the weekend, and I get all that. Now, I don't want to say you feel bad for the teams that have to play tomorrow night and then turn around and play on a Sunday, because you do get the final two play-in games tomorrow, the Hornets and Magic in the East and the Warriors and Suns in the West. But, like tonight, I don't know, go buy a car or something after work. I'm just because, there ain't much on tonight. There's no basketball on tonight.
Nope.
I don't even think there's hockey on tonight.
Well, I mean, there's baseball on. Well, no, because the Rangers play this afternoon.
Yeah, it's getaway day.
It's kind of a light night.
I guess you got to start that new Sydney Sweeney series.
It's not a series. It's a movie. There is a series called Euphoria.
Yeah,
right?
Whatever. I haven't watched any of it.
I haven't either.
Caden perked up when I said that. I mean, she plays as an OnlyFans model. I've read about it. Apparently, it's season 3. I didn't know about it until we got to this point. But yeah, you got to have something to watch tonight when you get home. But yeah, you kind of go from there, and really this wait between games. I guess you can talk a lot about awards, and Wemby is starting to collect some different things. In fact, he has been He won the Magic Johnson Award from the Professional Basketball Writers Association as the player that best combines excellent on the court and cooperation with the media and fans.
Well, that's good. He also won the Sporting News Player of the Year award today. Right. That was announced. What's interesting about the rest of it when it comes to the NBA stuff, MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, all of that stuff, it's been delayed.
Yep.
Because of the Luka Doncic, Cade Cunningham, and Anthony Edwards appeals, if you will, for special circumstances. I haven't heard Ant's challenge. His was denied by the NBA. So he's not eligible for postseason awards, but Luka and Cade Cunningham won their challenge, so they're eligible.
Now,
it seems weird to me.
Now, for Luka, his request was because he had to leave the country for the birth of a child.
He missed 2 games.
And I get that. My problem with Luka is he would have qualified before he injured his hamstring had he not been suspended for a game because of too many technical fouls. And because he fell short because of a suspension, I wouldn't have granted his appeal. Cade Cunningham with the collapse lung, sure. But what I see what the NBA is doing here, and we talked about this the other day, what changes will they make to this hard, fast 65-game rule? They let two people say, all right, man, we'll give you a pass. But not Anthony Edwards, who played in 60 games and did deal with some real injuries. So what's the criteria? I kind of feel like if you're going to make the exception for one, you make it for all. And again, with Luka, who has had an incredible year, and the idea of these awards are supposed to, in a nutshell, tell the story of an NBA season. Luka not being included seems criminal, seems wrong. But at the same time, he didn't qualify. You have a hard, fast rule. But now you don't have a hard, fast rule. So you're making an exception for some and not the others. Seems kind of flaky.
Well, here's the deal, Jason, where the NBA is dealing with a PR nightmare. So can you imagine I'm having a kid. I got to miss a couple of games. Well, if you miss a couple of games, you're screwed on the postseason awards. I mean, they can't do that. That'd be a public relations nightmare. I get the whole fact of the suspension. That should count against them, but you can't count having a kid and missing a couple of games because of that, because the players would go berserk.
Well, again, though, that's part of it. And, did he have some rest games? Probably. Did he have a hamstring injury? He did. But he also missed a game because of a suspension. Mm-hmm. So how they adjusted. Cunningham, an incredible year, a collapsed lung. And injuries are a part of the game, and it's unfortunate. What parameters do you need to look at? Because with this, the domino effect, the All-NBA stuff, like Detroit's Jalen Duran probably won't make third-team All-NBA now because you've got some additional players that are going to take the All-NBA spots. Well, that's going to cost him about $40 million because of that 5% difference in the max versus supermax deal. So while you're helping two guys out, you're screwing a couple of guys with those spots. Now, I'm a fan of, do we really want those players on all NBA teams? Kind of the Shedeur Sanders is a Pro Bowl quarterback idea. But I think you're going to have some exceptions. Like, all right, birth of a child, we'll give you 3 games for that. So if you're short, but because you had a child born, or is it going to be a combination of games played and minutes played?
Well, I mean, we could go there if you want to, and that's a hard thing to do too, because Wemby was making that case, and he played less minutes than anybody.
Yep.
So I'm not sure that he helped his cause there when you're talking about that. But minutes are different because, look, a player could go in and play a 2 or 3 40-minute games and then come back down, but it all averages out. And so I don't know. That's difficult to do.
Well, but I think maybe a combination of both. If you have 60 games, 62 games, and X number of minutes, you're in. If you've got 65 games, your minutes don't matter. Because the idea of the rule from Adam Silver is he wants star players playing in the majority of the games. Bottom line, with the millions and billions that they're making for their TV contracts, star players have to play. I don't care if you play 35 minutes and 50 games. That doesn't accomplish what Adam Silver is trying to accomplish with making sure his TV partners are happy with the product on the floor and the paying customers that are buying tickets to those games. So maybe it's a combination of both, where it's this many games and or this many games plus this many minutes.
I think it's a combination of just go play. He has 65 games. I don't think that's unreasonable out of 82. Now, if you're truly hurt, there can be some exceptions, because I think that's what Cade Cunningham is dealing with. They knew that collapsed lung. That's unfortunate. Wemby's situation last year, if he would have filed that, would that have mattered?
I don't know if he was close enough.
And that's it. So I don't know. But if you're truly hurt, there's got to be a way where, I don't know, the NBA, do they have a doctor, or is there some way to prove that? Because I don't want a guy saying, well, I got a hangnail and I can't play, but you just want to rest. And so it's a complicated situation, but I have no issue with the 65-game rule. None whatsoever. I think they should play that many. I think they should play more than that. I mean, there's 82 games in the season. And you say, well, I can't play. I need 17 games off to rest.
Well, and again, rest or injuries, that's part of it, because a bad injury, you're not going to qualify. And I guess part of me thinks, I'm fine with this 65-game rule. I was mad at it the other day when I saw Wemby hurt, apparently come back into the game just to qualify and leave, and then had to make a decision. Do I play to qualify? Which he did. I don't mind the rule. I do mind to a degree what's tied to it. And I do believe most of the voters take their responsibilities serious enough that they wouldn't vote an MVP that played in 53 games. I don't know that would happen. And maybe you can't be first team All-NBA if you haven't hit the minimum game rule, but you could be second or third team just so you can still qualify for that financial part of it. Or the teams would have the ability to say, here's the kind of like what the league did today. You still qualify, because when you're talking about $40 million, I don't care who you are, you're going to push yourself to try to go get that money.
Sure. And there's exceptions to everything. I got an idea. Unless you're hurt, go play. I'm sick of the rest. These guys are professional athletes. Go play. If you're hurt, you truly have an injury, I get that. And the exceptions can be made. But this crap, I can't play in back-to-backs. Well, then you shouldn't be playing. How about that? How about you shouldn't play, LeBron, or anybody else that's old enough that can't handle back-to-back games? It's ridiculous. Shorten the season if that's what you want to do. And that's not going to happen, but that's what I'm talking about. These guys get paid a ton of cash. A ton. I mean, you're talking about $40 million, and the player you're talking about, I don't know what his max is going to be, 200 and something.
Well, it's $40 million less.
Well, I get it, but I'm just saying, getting paid that amount of money, go earn it, go play, unless you are truly hurt. I hate this rest. I hate the fact that all of this started in San Antonio, and it's all BS. You play basketball for a living. That's what you've chosen to do. Go play basketball for a living. You know, the Kawhi Leonards of the world, or there's a ton of them, right, that are out there that don't play, and then it's just ridiculous. Go play basketball, earn your money, and give the fans what they paid for. That's the deal. And I just I have no with the 65-game rule. I have none whatsoever. In fact, I think it should be higher than that.
Higher,
as a matter of fact. Yes, it should be higher than that. And exceptions should be made for real injuries, like Cade Cunningham. I'm happy he got reinstated or got his appeal.
All right, so what is it? I mean, 18 players in the NBA, 18 of them played all 82 games.
Right.
That surprises me, but it doesn't. Is it you get kind of like all of us in our jobs, you get 5 PTO days? You know, you get 5 rest days throughout a season. And outside of that, if you're injured, we'll take that into consideration. Is that kind of where you're going?
It's exactly where I'm going. I mean, there has to be some sort of something. I mean, how many, as I look back on this, and we talked about it yesterday, Wemby didn't play against Portland at all this year, 3 games.
Yep.
He's only played 1 game against the Denver Nuggets.
Yep.
And I'm just saying, fans want to see these guys play in these games. And that's the problem that Adam Silver has. He's got to figure out how to make that happen, how to give the TV partners what they want, because they want to see the stars play. And it's a very tough situation for Adam Silver to be in. But I have no issue with the 65-game rule. I think it's good, and I think that they should go out and play unless they're truly hurt. And that's where the gray area comes, Jason, quite frankly, because you're going to have to – do you have to prove that they're really hurt, or do you have to somebody come in from the NBA to examine them? I mean, so there's all kinds of stuff, and I don't know if there's one hard fixed rule or not, but that's where we're at right now. San Antonio Spurs got to wait until Sunday to play basketball again. They did get the day off today. Mitch Johnson gave them the day off just to kind of chill and and relax a little bit. They practiced yesterday, and we'll get back on the practice floor tomorrow and Saturday to get ready for the Portland Trailblazers. Wemby, how close is this young man to being 100% for the playoffs? Well, we'll ask him when we return live from Novo Brewery. Come on out and see us. We're attached to North Star Mall. You can come in here. You can have lunch. You can have some drinks. They got all kinds of beer, full bar. And the food is fantastic, by the way, all of the above. Come see us. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hi, I am Officer Sarai Walton with the San Antonio Police Department. SAPD is always hiring, and you can apply online if you think you have what it takes to become part of the SAPD family. Submit your application at sapdcareers.com. Once you submit your application, you will be contacted to begin the process. The San Antonio Police Department is always hiring. Start your journey to a rewarding career by applying online at sapdcareers.com. That is sapdcareers.com.
We have meaningful basketball being played in San Antonio for the first time in years, and you know the Roof Hub has proven to be the best place to go watch the games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roof Hub, show up hungry. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch the game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roof Hub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Spring Black Friday is on at the Home Depot. Save on grills and patio sets that will be sure to bring your hosting game up a notch. Fire up your feast with help from the Home Depot and save on grills. Like the Next Grill 4-burner propane gas grill was $249, now on special buy for $199. Or give everyone the best seat in the yard with the Hampton Bay Mayfield Park 4-piece conversation set for only $399. Save on grills and patio sets with low prices guaranteed during Spring Black Friday only at the Home Depot. Now through April 22nd while supplies last. Exclusions apply. See homedepot.com/price match for details.
Progressive knows you think the grass is always greener. Like maybe you ride a motorcycle. But today, it's raining. So you wish you had an RV. But if you did, you'd have to listen to some guy parked next to it at a campsite plays acoustic guitar. Now, before you start wishing you had a boat, remember, your brother-in-law would invite himself every weekend.
Permission to come aboard, Captain?
But one thing that is greener is the money you could save when you bundle your RV, boat, or motorcycle with your home or auto with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Attention coaches, educators, and booster clubs. Need a fundraiser that's different from the rest? With Gardenville, supporters purchase something they already need. High quality, locally sourced mulch and compost. Your organization earns money on every sale. Real products, real value, with support from Gardenville to keep it simple. Ready to grow your fundraiser? Visit garden-ville.com/fundraising. That's garden-ville.com/fundraising.
San Antonio's newest sports headquarters is Novo Brewery. We're talking over 80 feet of massive video walls, a lineup of craft beers, and hard kombucha on tap. Novo Brewery, juicy, thick-cut ribeye steaks, picanha prime sirloin, Brazilian empanadas, stacked burgers, and more. Novo Brewery, built for fans, friends, and full-on game day energy. Novo Brewery, attached to North Star Mall with late hours. Check out the menu and taps at novobrew.com. That's novobrew.com.
It's game day. Are your moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keeping you from the action? Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, could help you get back to the game. Skyrizi is proven to help people feel significant symptom relief, achieve remission, and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. Skyrizi is a prescription injection medicine for adults. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's or ulcerative colitis.
Control is everything to me.
Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's and ulcerative colitis combined. Learn more at skyrizi.com or 1-866-SKYRIZI.
Texas Gun Shows brings you the largest gun shows in Texas, and this weekend they're coming to Round Rock. Open this Friday, 4 to 7 p.m., 10 a.m. to 5 Saturday, and 10 a.m. to 4 Sunday. Texas Gun Shows is at Embassy Suites Round Rock, Friday through Sunday, 270 Bass Pro Drive.
All right, Step up if you really know the Rangers. This is your game on Rangers Game Day. Make your call in the morning huddles, Ranger Double Dinger Payday. Pick the Ranger who takes one deep. He hits one, you're in. Ranger tickets. He hits two. Now we're talking tickets and a hotel stay. Big swings, big rewards. Wake up with the morning huddle and cash in with the morning huddles, Rangers Double Dinger Payday. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Texas Rangers.
Live at Novo Brewery, attached to North Star Mall. That's where we are. We're here, obviously, till 6 o'clock, and probably beyond that for a time or two. Going to be a big party in here, apparently starting at 4 o'clock. A mixer, I should say, for all you business people that are listening, a mixer.
Networking event.
Networking event. You can come in here and network, and hopefully it pays off for you.
Yeah.
I'm Joe Reinagle. He's Jason Minix. It's good to be back in Novo.
Game 1 Sunday night.
Yep.
Here in San Antonio. And this break, really good for Vic, who was asked yesterday after practice how close he is to 100% healthy.
To 100% regular season shape, I think I'm very close. But we never really go back to 100%, except before the off season, we never go back to 100%. There's always something going on. But in terms of regular season shape, I'm very close.
Very close to regular season shape. But he's right. I mean, I think at this point in time in the year, whoever you are, you've got something that's bothering you. You're never going to be 100% this time of year. So it's those that are the healthiest and feel the best that can get this done. But I think the Spurs going in, all in all things considered, pretty good shape.
Well, he is.
I'm talking about all of them.
Well, and again, I mean, the thumb is fine for Dylan Harper, according to Mitch. He's expected to play. And, Wemby even talked about just the job that Mitch Johnson has done this year.
Yeah, some things stick out. I mean, I think, the biggest achievement and the biggest thing that is all him is, that we can only rely on him to do it is, he's installed himself as, the leader of this coaching staff and this team. And he is sure of himself. It feels like he's been coaching for longer than that. And that's all him, it's you can't buy that. You can't fake that.
No, you can't. I was asked this morning a question about Mitch Johnson and how much he has influenced this team and their success this regular season. And I said a lot. I said he's completely different than a Greg Popovich, but I think he relates more to the players than maybe a Pop did. Pop was almost father-like.
Yep.
Where Mitch he's one of the guys. And I think they relate to him very well.
But he's also in control. And you think about last year's interim, he was following what Pop had laid out for the year. This year, everything was new under Mitch Johnson, and you can see the differences between the teams and how the goals have changed throughout the year. And he talked about, just getting through the regular season and where they are now and not getting too far ahead of themselves.
I think when you're running a marathon, you just got to get through the first lap. And this was our first training camp together, and we hadn't accomplished nothing, literally. And so we wanted to have a really good training camp. And then we wanted to establish a brand of basketball and identity that we could be consistent to and was true to who we were and our personnel and our style of play and what we emphasized. And as the seasons progressed and things have happened, at times things can grow where things can continue to evolve and develop. And so I don't think there's been a time where we've said we wanted to win 10 games, now we want to win 20 games. Or we want to do this goal, now we want to move on to that goal. I think we've kind of just tried to get incrementally better and focus on exactly where we are and allowed the season to play out how it has. And we're sitting here a couple of days away from game one, and we're going to continue to try to push this thing forward.
Yeah, and I think he's right. And I think what a great formula that is. You don't think about now when you're just starting the season. You think about that game and then the next one, and you move on. And the way this team has developed a chemistry, Jason, I think is amazing. Because at the beginning of the season, let's face it, we watched. I mean, the Spurs would give up lead after lead after lead, and they were shooting threes out of their mind and not playing defense the way that they are now. And I think so all of those things have evolved and put them in the position that they're in now to go into the playoffs and hopefully be successful.
Well, and again, when you think about where this team is and what they can do, and, it is that time of year because the Spurs are good again. You and I are doing, guest appearances all over the country talking about the Spurs. And I was on a Portland radio station this morning, and the lack of playoff experience for this team is a question. And I think we're going to find out, right? Because playoffs are different and a playoff series, the physical nature of playoffs. But I think we've been consistent, about 2 months ago, 3 months ago, that was a concern.
Yep.
I don't know that it is now just because of how deep this team is and how they're playing. If Devin Vassell is having an off night shooting, well, the chances of Steph Castle or Julian Champagnie also being off aren't very high. They're not reliant on one player.
And again, and I've said this before, and I mean it with all the respect that is due, but I think this team is just too young and dumb to know any better. And I say that as a compliment. I really do, because the confidence that this team has, and they believe, and that's what you see with the Denver situation that we talked about yesterday or Tuesday, whenever it was, that they don't give a damn who they're playing. And so nobody else should give a damn. And if you want to win, you go through the best. And I think that's what the Spurs have done. Now, not saying they set it up that way on purpose, but I think, look, if Wemby didn't need another game, I don't think he plays in any of those games.
No.
The last three. I think he would have rested all three of them and to become 100% healthy like he was talking about.
Or as close to 100% as there. But when you look at this Spurs team about to venture into the playoffs for the first time in 7 years, I mean, Mitch Johnson says they're not going to do anything differently. They're going to go out there and play Spurs basketball.
I think we'll be ourselves, and I think we'll be excited to play. So if that means we come out in the first 3 minutes and there's some nerves, I think that's excitement. But I think we will get back to being ourselves, and that's what I expect. I'm just saying I don't think that means it will be perfect or, that there won't be, emotions involved. But I think we know where we are.
Well, it's interesting that you say that, because I was on a FanDuel radio station this morning, and obviously there's a lot of gambling talk on there. And they were asking me about the 10.5-point spread, which is what it is in game one. And I said, well, it all depends on how the Spurs react to the bright lights. And that's going to be the key. And I think the first quarter of Sunday's game is going to tell a lot about where this team's head is collectively, where they're at, and how they are going to handle what's taking place here. Because, again, we've mentioned it, and we go over it and we say it, but you want people to understand it. The playoffs are different. They're not only different, but the play, the officiating's different. Everything about it is different than what we just witnessed in the regular season.
Although I will say, and again, you look at the 10.5, defense is going to be fine, right? I don't think their defense is going to be affected by the bright lights. That's all about effort. It's the shot. It's, are you nervous going into the play? But it's not like Portland has been in the playoffs in the last 5 years. It's not like they've got a team that is stacked with playoff experience. And we'll talk with Brandon Sprag from The Fan in Portland coming up at 3:30. And I was on his show this morning in Portland. And, that's part of the conversation. They don't have any playoff experience either, but they're also such big underdogs. They go in and play a little bit loose. The Spurs do have expectation higher than, hey, we're just happy to be here. And quite honestly, and I said this morning on that show in Portland, where the Blazers are right now, at the beginning of the year is where we kind of hoped the Spurs would be at this point. They have so overachieved because, again, we didn't expect them to be a 2 seed or a 60-plus win basketball team this year. they are so far ahead of schedule. And a big part of that is this team came together so much better and so much faster than we thought. But Steph Castle and Harper and De'Aaron Fox and Wemby, we only had 6 games of them last year. Such a small sample size that they are so much further along than we thought they would be.
Wow, they've gelled. They really have. They've gelled. The chemistry of this team has really come together. They know their roles. They know who the big dog is. Obviously, is Wemby, and everybody else is falling into place where they know they can do the most good for this. And I that's why I give Keldon Johnson all the credit in the world. And I really, of all the postseason awards that I hope the Spurs win, I know Wemby's going to win Defensive Player of the Year, but I really hope Keldon Johnson gets that Sixth Man of the Year award, because he very Manu Ginobili-like. And that's so cool to see here in San Antonio how players are unselfish in that way. He went to the bench. He'd been a starter since he got here, but he went to the bench willingly, and his role was defined, and he knew it. He embraced it, and now look at him, up for a postseason award, and he's been huge for this ball club this year.
And I agree with that. Now, a couple of things when it comes to the postseason awards. The MVP debate is the one that's going to get all the attention because of the appeals for Luka and Cade Cunningham and others, but Luka and Cade won their appeals. They are eligible. The ballots have gone out to the voting members.
Yes.
And they're due tomorrow before the first play-in game tomorrow. In a normal season, they would have been in Tuesday before the first play-in game, but they are due tomorrow. So you have some that have already put out who they are voting for, whether it's, but only MVP is really what you're seeing a lot of, not full ballots. You know, like Kevin O'Connor from Yahoo as Wemby as his MVP. Others that are being released have SGA. And what I like is when they, like Chris Mannix goes through and explains why he voted for SGA, or more importantly for us, why he did not vote for Wemby. You can disagree with them, but I appreciate the voters who give an explanation as to why they voted the way they did, because even if you don't agree with it, it's more than, it's just my opinion and go. And that, to me, underscores the responsibility, the heavy responsibility that it is, because it is tied to so much money for these individual guys. I love that these voters take it seriously and they give the reasonings why they voted the way they did. But typically, knowing the deadline is tomorrow, most will release their full ballots, and we'll be able to really keep track on Keldon Johnson, Sixth Man of the Year, where he's at in that voting process.
And then those should be announced fairly quickly, I would assume. So it's going to be interesting to see. Just Chris Mannix did a great job. If you haven't read it, go to Sports Illustrated. I guess it's sportsillustrated.com and read this thing, because in Wemby's case, he's talking about his minutes played. Wemby averaged 29 minutes a game, according to Chris Mannix. I haven't fact-checked that, but I'll take his word for it. He says no MVP has ever emerged fewer than 30 minutes a game. Wemby was 103rd in total minutes played, sandwiched between Draymond Green and Russell Westbrook. So whether you agree with that or not, or think that should be a criteria, Chris Mannix does, and he explains it, and he puts it out there. And again, as Jason said, you can disagree with it, but I appreciate the fact that he put it out there and he said, this is why I've got Wemby at number 2 and not number 1 on my ballot. I love it.
I again, agree with it. I'll be happy if he wins MVP. I'm not expecting him to win MVP.
No.
Defensive Player of the Year, I expect that to be unanimous. I would love to hear somebody's argument for Wemby not being a Defensive Player of the Year, although I've seen some say it's more than just blocks, but the altered shots and what that guy does on the floor on both ends that you can't find in a stat sheet. But at least we do know now when the actual deadline is for those of us that are keeping track of said things.
Absolutely. And it's going to be interesting to see how this comes out. You know, Mitch Johnson in the conversation for Coach of the Year. I I'm afraid he won't quite get there either, although I'm happy that he's in the conversation because he certainly deserves that. So it's going to be interesting to see. I'm with you. I'd be surprised if Wemby wins MVP, honestly. When you read somebody like Chris Mannix, how many other people feel that way? SGA was kind of the leader in the clubhouse from the beginning anyway. So it was his award to lose, and I'm not sure if he's done enough to lose it at this point in time. And I think that may come down to why SGA will win his second consecutive Most Valuable Player award.
Yeah, and again, I'm just, like I said, let's get all that out of the way, find out what it is, and let's get to the games already.
I totally agree with that.
On a night where there are no hoops in the NBA.
I know. I can't believe it. Nothing tonight. We got to wait until tomorrow night for those remaining play-in games to take place. A lot of stuff coming up we need to talk about, kind of off the beaten path of sports, if you will, although there is a lot of sports news on here. But how would you feel, Minix, if you're laying on a beach with your family and all you hear is,
Stop, right,
baby, and all kinds
That's
of.
how you sound having sex?
Well, you never know. I mean, it depends.
Good Lord, how do you get 5 kids?
A French couple was annoying the locals with their sounds right there in plain sight on the beach, going to town. Boom, chicka wawa. We'll talk about it when we return here live from Novo Brewery. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Hey, let me tell you about Golf Club of Texas. My goodness, it's springtime. I know there's been a lot of rain, which is good for you as a golfer. I'm telling you. Do you realize how beautiful the Golf Club of Texas is going to be after all of this rain that we've had and all the improvements they've made to that golf course? Oh, my goodness. Plush comes to mind. That's how it's going to be. It is a perfect time to head out to the Golf Club of Texas. Dust off your golf clubs. Get out there and play some golf because, look, if you haven't been out there in a while, you haven't been out there. This place is 110% improved than it was just a year ago. I mean, my goodness, they've done a lot of work out there, spent a lot of money on that golf course. It is a great place. And they're open 7 days a week. So if you can't make it on the weekend, but you're off on a Monday or Tuesday, head on out there and play because they're open on Monday and Tuesday. Then there's the 10 Cup Bar and Grill. And I tell you what, the food is fantastic. That's first and foremost. And it's not going to break the bank. You just want to take your family out there for dinner. What a perfect place to do that. You can get a great meal for a great price. Golfing, beer selection galore. They've got all kinds of beer out there for you to enjoy in the 10 Cup Bar and Grill or take it with you out on the golf course. And it's a full bar. They can make you any kind of cocktail that you can imagine there at the 10 Cup Bar and Grill. Head on out there, get out there, relax, enjoy yourself. It is the Golf Club of Texas. You know exactly where it is. It's right there off Briggs Ranch Road, off Highway 90. Whether it's for dinner at the 10 Cup or around with your buddies, your next tournament, you got to check them out. Best rates always online at golfclubtexas.com. The Golf Club of Texas is the friendliest golf course in Texas.
Riding I-35 with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6, KTFM Floresville, and everywhere at sasportstar.com.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Ownwell. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at ownwell.com/terms. Individual results may vary.
Ownwell has saved us over $2,000 in 2 years. Trying to protest your taxes on your own, it can drive somebody mad. Get onto Ownwell, create an account, input information about your house. They do everything for you, and it's amazing.
Your property taxes aren't set in stone. They can be reduced. Ownwell combines savvy technology and deep local expertise to save real estate owners real money. Plus, Ownwell handles everything from paperwork to negotiations and even attending hearings on your behalf. Ownwell saves you time and money. Want to see how much Ownwell can save you on your property taxes? Just enter an address and see your tax savings estimate. See how much you can save with Ownwell right now. Text HOME to 64,000. Text HOME to 64,000. That's HOME to 64,000.
An accident or injury can derail your life in an instant, leaving you struggling to pay for medical bills and daily expenses. At Thomas J. Henry, we believe every Texan deserves justice, no matter their financial situation. That's why we offer our no-win, no-fee promise. You don't pay us unless we win your case. We know how difficult recovering from an accident can be. Let us handle your case while you focus on getting better. Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust. San Antonio, Texas.
Charlotte Hornets LaMelo Ball fined $60,000 total for a pair of play-in incidents, including $35,000 for reckless contact with Miami's Bam Adebayo. Ball was also assessed a flagrant foul, too, after the league reviewed the incident. The NBA and the Players Union have ruled in favor of the Lakers' Luka Doncic and Pistons' Cade Cunningham to their extraordinary circumstances challenge. Anthony Edwards was denied.
Sports Center brought to you by SAPDcareers.com. The San Antonio Police Department is always hiring.
Kicking the weekend off on a Thursday at Novo Brewery. That's where we are. I'm Joe Reinagle. He is Jason Minix, and you didn't get out here and join us here at Novo Brewery. Have some food, have some drinks, and start your weekend just like we have already.
Absolutely. And, you know, come hang out with us. He's Joe Reinagle. I'm Jason Minix. And I think you guys know us so well that there is a poll question on our video feed today. And comment real quick to just somebody that jumped in late. What kind of nonsense is Joe up to today if we need a poll about bacon on a burger? See, you guys know, that bacon makes everything better. Reinagle ordered the cheeseburger that they have here, the Novo Burger, which is fantastic. Comes with bacon. It's already on it. The people at Novo said, what do people want? They want bacon on the burger. We're going to include it. Joe orders the bacon burger with no bacon. The hell?
I just said, I don't want the bacon.
Well, why?
Because I don't want bacon on my burger. I like to enjoy the beef, not the pork.
You get a little beef, you get a little pig. It's good.
I just want cow, little dead cow, and I'm fine.
But that dead pig makes it better.
Well, sometimes. I guess for you it does.
Give me a cheeseburger with no cheese.
I enjoy bacon with breakfast.
Okay.
It's fantastic. I'll even fry up some bacon and make my green beans with that.
and it tastes delicious in there. But not on a burger.
I just realized, bacon doesn't make everything better. Bacon doesn't make asparagus better. Bacon doesn't make Brussels sprouts better. Bacon doesn't make green beans better.
See that?
Bacon by itself, though, is spectacular. Bacon on a burger, but again, no bacon. You could have got bacon as a side. You could have had that piece of bacon like a French fry.
I could have, but you said you wanted it. All you had to say was, "Hey, can you include it? I'll take it. Put it on the side."
I mean, but you didn't even offer. You didn't even look out.
Well, dude, you were staring at me when I was ordering.
Say, oh, dude, man, I was just gonna make fun of you later for ordering a bacon burger with no bacon.
Come on, stop whining.
It's like,
look, 22% of the people that we've polled today agree with me. Now, 78% disagree with me, but that's all right.
But you've already paid for the bacon if it's on the bacon burger.
I have, and I'm fine with it, taking the bacon off.
All right.
Now, Grace could have said, "Hey, Joe, you already paid for the bacon. I'll bring it on the side."
She could have.
She could have said that.
No, she didn't.
That's all right.
That's all right.
She was a little verklempt that I said I didn't want the bacon on there.
Because nobody says that. Right?
I say it, and that's all that matters.
I mean, you order like a vegetarian. I want I want the chicken pasta, chicken fettuccine, but no chicken. Why? You already paid for it.
Now, see, that makes no sense whatsoever. I didn't get a burger without beef. I had the beef on the burger.
But you ordered a bacon burger without bacon.
Well, it's not a bacon burger. It's a Novo burger that includes bacon.
Well, that makes it a bacon burger.
It's not a bacon burger.
It is a bacon burger.
It's a treat from Novo Brewery to you. If you want bacon on your burger, guess what? It's already included, and you don't have to pay for it. How about that?
It's built in the price.
Yes.
But if given the choice, all things equal, would you want bacon on your burger? That is the poll question. Go vote in the poll.
Yes.
Right now, let's do the Headline Blitz.
This is Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz. Brought to you by Novo Brazil Brewery in North Star Mall. Two guys, two opinions, never enough time.
So there are places in the world that you can go on vacation and you kind of figure there's no rules, like Thailand.
Thailand?
Right? I mean, I've never been
Bangkok.
to Thailand. What's the name of this town?
I don't know if we can say that on the radio, but it is a town.
Puckett, or is that with an F? Either way.
Well, it's a PH is typically.
Yes, but it's Puckett. And for radio reasons.
Going to say that? Puckett?
It's kind of like enunciating the word tips with a P. you gotta be very careful with how you say that.
Yes.
So there's this couple. They're from France, 24-year-old couple, and they're on a beach in Thailand, and they started having sex on the beach in Thailand. And you would think you're in Thailand. What the hell, man? Anything goes, right? I mean, except for some people complained because they were too noisy and they got arrested.
Yeah, apparently these people were
loud.
I mean, they were enjoying themselves and making sure everybody knew they were enjoying themselves, and they got a little loud. People got a little upset with that. I mean, if you got a kid around there and they're going, "Mommy, why is she making all that noise over there?"
It's Thailand. I kind of figure those kids have seen it all.
You think?
Right? Well, I mean,
Thailand. I mean, hell, I'm gonna have to go there. Anything goes.
Have you not heard about Thailand?
No. I've
really?
Heard, is it Thailand or is that where they have the lady boys or whatever they?
I don't know what you're into.
Well, is that Thailand?
I think there's a lot of everything over in Thailand, but apparently it was kind of a remote beach. But I don't know. They got arrested.
People complaining. Apparently, you have sex on the beach, just keep it quiet, which kind of is not as much fun.
Now, one local says, "quote Many foreigners do this when they come here. They're like animals. They because you're going to Thailand, you think you can get away with that.
I guess so. But apparently not. Not on the beach. Not if you're being loud.
Yeah. Now, for the record,
they were out in the open.
Oh yeah, they were.
So it was a show.
Well, I mean, again, it's Thailand. Thailand. The fine, $157.
Oh, is that it?
Well, that's a lot of money in Thailand.
Well, that's worth it, though, isn't it? I mean, if you had a little action on the beach and got loud and $157 isn't too much. I mean, if you paid for a hooker, it'd probably be that much.
In Thailand, probably
Boy, that
not be
hooker
close.
just
I have no
lifts
clue
me every
about
day.
Thailand. The more you talk about, have you been to Thailand?
I've never been to Thailand. I said that at the beginning of this.
Well, I just wonder
but
if
we've all heard about Thailand, right? I mean, except
well,
everybody but
apparently
Joe.
Not, apparently
I mean,
not.
But you live under a rock.
Well,
right?
Yeah, this is true. Thailand sounds like a happening place. I can't. Wow, honey, let's go to Thailand for vacation.
Typically, you would want to go there without your wife.
Or honey, boys trip. I'll see you in a couple of weeks.
We've got a loyal listener that showed up here at Novo, and he is celebrating his first Social Security check. That dude could live like a king on that Social Security check in Thailand.
He could?
He could.
Yeah.
I mean, he could.
Well, you think he'll go there?
No. No.
Craziness.
LIV Golf is in the news again. Still, they're having some issues. Although the Saudis apparently are doing a lot with their money, getting away from things. So apparently, LIV Golf will finish out their 2026 season. But beyond that, a lot of questions. Apparently, they're also pulling out of Tom Brady's flag football league as well.
They are doing that. So I don't think the Saudis are going broke by any stretch of the imagination. They just maybe you're thinking that American sports is not the gold mine that they thought it would be. Certainly, it's not in the LIV Golf Tour. Now, look, it's the head of the LIV Golf, if I'm understanding the story right, that's saying we're going to continue the season. But if the Saudis pull their money out, how the hell are you going to do that?
Well, I think they'll give them the money for this year is funded. Now, he also said
I don't know that it is.
Well, it technically it was, but they said that the other day that they were funded for a couple more years. But if they stop writing the checks, it's going to stop existing. I mean, that's the bottom line.
Well, good. Good riddance.
Yes.
Rest in peace.
Speaking of golf, Tiger Woods, not a LIV type. His attorneys are fighting prosecutors' attempts to subpoena his prescription drug records. Now, I got to believe that there's a reason why they don't want that to be made public in a court of law, and it ain't going to be good for Tiger Woods. And I also wonder if that's as much protecting Tiger Woods as maybe the doctors that have been writing the prescriptions.
Well, it could very well be.
We've seen that with, like Michael Jackson's doctors or some of the others that have,
Who was the guy on Friends that died in the hot tub?
Yeah.
And his doctor's in trouble for writing the prescriptions for him.
There is a term in the medical worlds. They're called rock docs. These doctors that can travel around and write prescriptions for superstars, right? It is interesting, and they could probably get in a whole lot of trouble.
I would imagine they could, and they probably will. But obviously, Tiger's trying to fight that. His attorney, his representation. We'll see where that goes. But you've seen the pictures. The guy was high on something.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's just the pictures are they tell a story.
And he had 2 pills in his pocket.
Right.
You can't believe those are his first 2 of the day.
Probably not. And while I feel bad for him because of the pain that he's probably in constantly, I mean, dude, get a driver. Nobody's going to care.
Well, yeah, but he's privacy.
Yeah,
is what he's looking
for.
Yeah. There's a lot of things about spring football that I like, and the UFL I'm mad at because they left San Antonio. But they had a game the other day that ended in overtime on a defensive penalty because they've had a rule in place for 3 years that had not had to be used. But it was the second defensive pass interference in overtime. So the pass was incomplete, penalty flag, and all right, game over. The team that had the ball won the game. And they got hammered for it just because you can't end a football game that way. It was awful. And you know what the UFL did? They have gone in and changed the rules. And Dean Blandino said, yeah, guys, we heard all the bitching. And you know what? You're right. We
had good intentions with this rule. It was designed with player safety in mind. These guys are out there for 3+ hours. And we wanted to limit the number of additional snaps in overtime. But the game just can't end on a penalty. You That doesn't work. And here's the thing about the UFL. We're not afraid to change to make the game better. So here's what's changing with our overtime rule. If the defense fouls during a try that's no good,
we don't
the
necessarily
ball
need
goes
all
to
of
the
that. But I like the fact because they'll just move the ball up. But eventually you have to score a touchdown if you want to win a game.
Now, Dean, I've got an idea. When you're sitting in this meeting talking about this rule, didn't you think it was a bad idea then?
No, obviously they didn't.
Well, why not? I mean, if it's a bad idea once you see it on the field, is a bad idea in the conference room.
I think the unintended consequence, like he says, player safety, which we all know is BS. They are made for TV events, and they don't want the games to go on forever. They're trying to end the game as quickly as possible for TV reasons. I get it. I think it was a bad idea there, but they all agreed to it. It's been there for 3 years. But it's the first time it was put to use, and they went, well, this is dumb. Where the NFL would take 3 years and a gazillion committees to change it. That happened on Sunday, and by Thursday, we got a new rule. I like that about the Spring League.
Well, that's great. The Spring League can go the way of the LIV tournament if they want to and just go away. Honestly, I don't get it. Nobody watches that stuff, and it's you watch.
I mean,
Hard Knocks and spring football.
Their
minutes.
Their TV ratings aren't bad. for what it is, it's not bad. For me, football is football. I want to watch football.
Sure, good football. I want to watch good football, not football that ends in a penalty.
Well, and it won't anymore.
Speaking of good football, the NFL, YouTube, trying to get in bed together.
Oh, here we go.
For longer than a night. They would like 5 nights.
Are you still watching?
To get in bed together. But there is somebody, a politician in Wisconsin, that would like to change all of that. And Troy Aikman getting more and more involved with the Miami Dolphins after he was almost a Philadelphia Eagle. We're talking about it all live from Novo Brewery. Come join us out here. It's going to be a lot of fun, especially about 4 o'clock or so. It's going to be a mixer, a business meeting where you could probably have a few drinks if you wanted to. Come see us here live at Novo Brewery. This is the Blitz, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Let's be honest. Watching the Rangers is better when you got something on the line. On Rangers game days, call your shot with the morning huddles. Rangers double dinger payday. Pick the Ranger you think will send one into the seats. He hits 1, you're going to a Rangers game. He hits 2. Now you've just been upgraded. Tickets and a hotel stay. That's what we call getting paid. Wake up with the morning huddle. Make your pick and win with the morning huddle's Rangers double dinger payday. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Texas Rangers.
The Headline Blitz is brought to you by Novo Brewery, San Antonio's newest sports watching destination with over 80 feet of video walls, 60 craft beers, and hard kombucha on tap. A full bar and delicious menu. Novo Brewery is attached to North Star Mall and open late hours. San Antonio's newest sports headquarters is Novo Brewery. We're talking over 80 feet of massive video walls, a lineup of craft beers, and hard kombucha on tap. Novo Brewery, juicy, thick-cut ribeye steaks, picanha prime sirloin, Brazilian empanadas, stacked burgers, and more. Novo Brewery, built for fans, friends, and full-on game day energy. Novo Brewery, attached to North Star Mall with late hours. Check out the menu and taps at novobrew.com. That's novobrew.com.
Attention coaches, educators, and booster clubs. Need a fundraiser that's different from the rest? With Gardenville, supporters purchase something they already need. High quality, locally sourced mulch and compost. Your organization earns money on every sale. Real products, real value, with support from Gardenville to keep it simple. Ready to grow your fundraiser? Visit garden-ville.com/fundraising. That's garden-ville.com/fundraising.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Mom deserves more than flowers and a card. Enter to win the JTV Mother's Day Getaway at jtv.com/sweepstakes. You could win a 6-night cruise to Grand Cayman, Mexico, and the Bahamas, plus $1,000 spending money and a $1,000 gift card to shop JTV. It's a mom's dream come true. Enter the JTV Mother's Day Getaway now at jtv.com/sweepstakes. And new customers receive a one-time $25 off of a purchase of $50 or more.
Breaking news for your home. Wayday. Wayfair's big sale is almost here, and you can score the best deals in home, like up to 80% off everything home. Yes, you heard that right. 80% off with free shipping on everything. Plus surprise flash deals all way day long. We're talking outdoor furniture and essentials, rugs, and more. All at Wayfair, and all up to 80% off during Wayday. Shop Wayfair's Wayday from April 25th through 27th.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
This is Andrew Monaco, and the Aggies play here. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Live at Novo Brewery, that's where we are today, out on the road again. Love doing that. Love coming here to Novo Brewery, and we're hoping that you can join us here at Novo Brewery, attached to North Star Mall. I say that because, well, it's got its own entrance, straight from the parking lot, or you can come in through the mall. However you choose to do it, there is no wrong way. Just get on in here. Get something to drink. We got cold beer that's right in front of us. Somebody else is drinking it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. We're not. But we had a great lunch out here. It was fantastic. And you can do the same. Come on out to Novo Brewery and party with us. I'm Joe. He's Jason.
Did you see the Rams unveiled their new uniforms?
I did, but what's different about them?
It's subtle.
Subtle.
Honestly, you look at them and go, what's different? Apparently, the Ram logo on the helmet's all one color now.
Oh.
Where before it kind of faded in and out.
Yeah.
Who knew? Everything else looked the same. Hey, here's our new uniform. I mean, all right, what's different?
You know, when I hear about a new uniform, I kind of expect changes that you can actually see.
Well, like Washington's new uniforms, which admittedly look pretty good.
Oh, yeah?
They I mean, they're still dumb. They still need to have that Redskin logo back, and it is the only way they'll get a W, but they got that arrow going through the W, but the way they do it, it actually couldn't actually happen that way in real life, which is kind of dumb. But
it's Washington.
It's Washington.
Come on. What do you expect?
What do you expect?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But kind of strange though with that Rams thing. You're right. The uniforms are different, but the NFL and this is interesting because we've got two stories here that are related, but on different ends of the spectrum, if you will. There's a story that YouTube and the NFL want to move toward a deal for 5 games that would be broadcast on YouTube TV in 2026. Streaming services are coming after the NFL. We've seen that now with YouTube. We've seen it with Netflix, Amazon Prime. They're coming after the NFL, and for good reason. I mean, it draws people in, and people will spend the money to watch.
Well, and they will. And we're all going to have all the different subscriptions because we're sheep. And the NFL is going to say, here you go, and we're going to go. What I find interesting, because, what was it, last week, the investigation from the government on the fair practices and all that, and the NFL's like, birds up, dudes. We're going to make all the money we can. And the government continues to try to get involved. There's a senator from Wisconsin, Tammy Baldwin. She's going to introduce the For the Fans Act, which will make local games easier to watch and prevent fans from having to have multiple subscriptions to watch their teams. Now, is this lip service? Because, the NFL keeps going after more and more, and it seems like the government's trying to put up more roadblocks because that's better for the fans. that helps you get elected. But what this bill is actually supposed to do is the free local access. So like when there's a game on Prime, if you don't have Prime for Thursday night football, in the 2 cities in which those games are being played, there is a free option, a local Fox or NBC affiliate or somebody that can pick it up. But if the Cowboys are on Prime and you don't have Prime, San Antonio, we're blocked out of that. We don't have the free option. So what the senator is saying is in your entire state, you should be able to get that free. She uses the example when Green Bay is on Prime, it's available in Green Bay, but not all across Wisconsin.
Right.
Which seems kind of dumb.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
I mean,
but again, you're still going to need the streaming services, right? I mean, because if you're a football watcher and as a Cowboy fan, Jason, you're going to watch the Cowboys, and if it's free, that's even better. But you're going to tune in to Sunday Night Football when that goes to Netflix, most likely, or Thursday Night Football on Amazon Prime. You're going to watch. So at the end, I could see where this politician could make a case for that and make it happen because the NFL is really not going to lose out on too much.
Well, but this would affect MLB TV, the NBA League Pass, the Sunday Ticket, Prime, Peacock, all of that. And the other thing that she says, they need to be in one spot, right? Which, nothing worse than if you didn't check beforehand. The game's about to start, and you go where you think it is. It's not there. Then you go, all right, well, what's the next best option? And we've all done that. If you don't have, like, on the Magic Box, I can just go find the game and all the sports, and I can go there. But I remember what it was like before the Magic Box. And when it's on Fox Southwest or FanDuel or whatever the hell they call it today. Or no, it's on Ken's. Nope, this one's on Peacock. So she wants to do away with that as well. Which,
well, I'm not sure that's going to happen.
No.
There's going to be too many, what do they call them, lobbyists?
Yeah.
Lobbying for the TV networks and the streaming services and the NFL that's probably not going to fly.
Although, wouldn't it be great, though, knowing how the Magic Box is set up, to where no matter what your service is, that you've got your little sports, apps, and you go there and the games are there. And if you have access to that app, it's there. It's like just, your sports, and you put all your apps in there, kind of like your favorites.
No, I understand what you're talking about, but I mean, I don't know. You can't go from Netflix to Prime to what's the other one?
Peacock,
YouTube, or whatever.
But if they were all in one area.
Like in where you just, I see what you're talking about.
Or,
sure. But can't you arrange them that way?
I mean, every setup is a little bit different. That's why. I mean, wouldn't it be great no matter where it is, if you want to watch the Spurs game, you can go to one channel and find it and then let the TV provider say, all right, this is a Prime game. It's available here on channel 676. And you go to 676, no matter what the network is, instead of that channel being owned by a channel, it's owned by the Spurs. That's my Spurs channel. And no matter what feed it's coming from, it will show up there. And if you have access to it, you will have access to it.
Which is going to be interesting. And we're talking about the Spurs. What are they going to do next year? No more FanDuel.
Well, they'll figure it out.
Well, I'm sure they will, but I'd kind of like to know what it is, and I hope that it's available.
I don't know that they
know a better
what it
app
is yet. Yeah, and what's it going to cost us if it's
exactly
a better app?
So, and it may depend on whether they go all the way or not. I mean, because then will people really care what it costs?
I don't know that it matters this year if they go all the way or not, because if they don't get it done this year, championships are in the future. And I think a couple years ago when they sucked, we didn't want to spend $20 a month to watch a team, lose by 30 every night and not be competitive. That's not going to be the case moving forward. So if it is $20 a month, I think a lot more people are going to be willing to pay for it, and a lot more people are going to bitch about having to pay for it.
Well, I certainly will.
Well, you bitch about everything. It doesn't matter what it is.
But I don't have to worry about it. I got the Magic Box.
Well, I mean, yeah.
So it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
I don't have to worry about it. I can watch the Spurs no matter what, and anything else that I want to watch. So it's all good. Speaking of the Spurs, they got a big game against big series starting Sunday against the Portland Trail Blazers. First round of the NBA playoffs. That is so nice to say, my friends. Is it not? My goodness, we haven't been able to say that in a long time. So what kind of problems does Portland pose, if any? Well, let's go to the source. We'll find out. The fan in Portland, Brandon Sprag. He joins us next here on the Blitz, live from Novo Brewery, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Let me tell you about my friends at Stevens Roofing. Love talking about Stevens Roofing. You know this if you listen to the show at all. Family-owned company. They're just nice people first and foremost, but they know what they're doing. And I can say that because they've been in business since 1983. Just think about that for a minute. 1983. That is a long time for any business. And you're talking about the roofing business, which is a very competitive business. So you got to do it right. You got to do it a little bit better than everybody else. And Stevens Roofing certainly does that. And now they've added solar to what they do. Stevens Roofing and Solar, if you've been thinking about solar panels on your house, and I know a lot of people these days are doing that, call Stevens Roofing and Solar, 210-785-0994. Let them know what you kind of have in mind. Or maybe just brainstorm with them, and they can suggest some things, and y'all can go through the process and get it done right, because you know that's what they do. They will take care of you and get it done right. Look, we've had a lot of rain lately, and if you think you're seeing something that just doesn't look right with your roof, or maybe, I don't know, I hope not, but like a leak in there, call Stevens Roofing and Solar. They'll send out a team to your house. They'll inspect your roof. They'll do it for free. And they'll let you know what's wrong, if anything, and they'll let you know how they can take care of it, and you know they're going to do it right. Stevens Roofing and Solar, the absolute best in the business, 210-785-0994, or you can get them online at stevensroofing.net.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Coming up on the Morning Huddle, the playoffs are set. 16 teams vying for one trophy in the NBA, Rob.
Hey, let's pay attention to a wounded thumb. Is Dylan going to be ready for Sunday? Are the Trailblazers going to be tougher than we expect? We'll undo it all. Get here early. The party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
If you're only good to your new friends, you're not going to have any old ones. Straight Talk gets it. That's why new and existing customers get free 5G phones on Verizon's 5G network. Pretty simple, really. You keep good people by being good people.
Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Taxes and fees apply. Plan purchase required for free phone offers. Copyright 2026 Verizon.
Breaking news for your home. Wayday. Wayfair's big sale is almost here, and you can score the best deals in home, like up to 80% off everything home. Yes, you heard that right. 80% off with free shipping on everything. Plus surprise flash deals all Wayday long. We're talking outdoor furniture and essentials, rugs, and more. All at Wayfair, and all up to 80% off during Wayday. Shop Wayfair's Wayday from April 25th through 27th.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
We expect our information in real time. US Med carries continuous glucose monitors, which provide real-time readings of blood glucose levels. US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 500 private insurers. So call 888-665-0696 today for a free insurance and Medicare benefits check as easy as... That's 888-665-0696.
Fiesta with NAW, Northwest Automotive Warehouse on Culebra Road. NAW has promos that know how to party. Use promo code BLITZ to get free install American-made real truck undercover, Ultraflex truck bed cover, and the Rough Country hard fold low profile bed cover or hard roll-up bed cover. Save money. Shop local with NAW, Northwest Automotive Warehouse. Family owned and operated since 1978 in the Big Red Building at 3027 Culebra or online at nawtruck.com. Viva Fiesta!
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job in ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
An accident can leave you struggling to pay for medical bills. At Thomas J. Henry, we believe you deserve justice, no matter your financial situation. That's why you don't pay us unless we win your case. Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust. San Antonio, Texas.
Back here live at Novo Brewery. This is the Blitz, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagle. He's Jason Minix.
Spurs,
NBA playoffs.
Blazers.
Yes,
Game 1 on Sunday night. Going to be a good long series. I was on with my friends in Portland this morning, and they're returning the favor. Brandon Sprag from the Fan in Portland, now on the Buyers Barricades guest line. And because we both know, Brandon, how this series is going to go, I'm going to start with something out of left field. And we're at a place called Novo Brewery here in San Antonio, and they've got great food, including a great, they call it the Novo Burger. It comes with bacon, Brandon, and Ryan Eagle got that for lunch, and he got it without bacon. Who the hell doesn't get bacon on their burger?
Yeah, I had a quick question. Why would you order a bacon burger if you don't want bacon on it?
Well, because it's not a bacon burger. It's called a Novo burger, and if you look in the ingredients, it says it
has
comes
bacon.
with bacon.
They've already handled it for you. They've included bacon
Yeah.
because it's better.
And they don't have just a burger without bacon. So it's there you go. I had to take the bacon off.
Well, I think you got to save yourself the embarrassment and literally order anything else on the menu instead of taking the bacon, which is basically food gold, and asking for it to be removed. They clearly put it on there for a reason. They know what they're doing. If I learned anything in working in the restaurant business when I was a teenager in my early 20s, it's you want to offend a chef, tell them what they have on the menu is not the right thing. And so there you go. You've already started off on the wrong foot by telling them to take the bacon off. What are we doing?
So what do you think, Brandon? You think he like spit on my burger or something then, or what?
Have you ever seen the movie? I think you use your imagination on what happened there, but I bet he did it with a lot of love. A lot of love.
Definitely a lot of love. Brandon, you look at this series, and let's face it. I mean, it's a tall order for the Blazers, but you follow that team day in and day out, and I was wondering if they were still in the NBA. In all seriousness, no. What kind of problems can the Blazers give the San Antonio Spurs?
Boy, you guys win 5 titles and then get gifted the French Wonder Kid, and you just completely overlook the fact that you're suffering a longer playoff drought than our franchise, which has become poverty level. But I love what you're doing down there. Look, I look at this series in all seriousness the same way you guys probably do up there. Like, you guys mostly probably think it's over in 4. I think the way Denny Avdia is playing, Drew Holiday, Jeremy Grant can randomly get hot, and then is Shaden Sharp or Donovan Clingan going to give you something? If that happens, Tamani Kamara can give you a random 25-point game. I see this as a 5-gamer, a nice little gentleman's sweep. I'm hoping for my wallet that, the game they win is game 4, because that's the game I'm going to here in Portland. But I think it's just interesting to look at San Antonio in a nutshell. And I said this on my show out here. I know Oklahoma City won. I know Oklahoma City is a favorite to win again, and they very well could repeat, right? I guess SGA is awesome, all that. But of all the teams to take on, when Portland got into this 8, 9, 7 business, I said from the get, give me San Antonio. Get to the 7-8 game, win the 7 seed, because, Oklahoma City is going to steamroll them and win 2. But to me, I look at the Western Conference as a Blazer fan, and I have to look at it and say, okay, SGA is going nowhere. Oklahoma City is well run, but they financially might have to get to a point where they move some guys because they can't afford everybody. All right, I look at San Antonio and I say, as good as SGA is, Wemby is a constant. As long as pieces are moving around, Fox is not a Spur in 2 years. Vassell is not a Spur in 2 years. Harrison Barnes is out. Those are interchangeable pieces that you may miss, but Wemby will help you not miss them as much. And so I wanted them to get the Spurs, even if they end up getting ran out of the series. I want this front office with a new ownership group to look at this matchup and say, that's the barometer. That's the bar right there. That guy's going nowhere. He's a psycho competitor. Let's see what this roster right now looks like, and then how do we build from what we saw as an end result from the series.
Brandon, I like what Portland is doing because I can see that. And in all honesty, we thought here in San Antonio that Spurs would be more like Portland, being that that play-in type tournament, and we were going to be really happy with that. The fact that they played as well as they did this year and they've got the number 2 seed is just, my goodness. I mean, nobody could even imagine it or predict it. But I like what Portland is doing, and I'll be honest with you, and you tell me, Thiago Splitter has made a big difference, has he not?
Oh, he's been huge. I mean, you look at the franchises, the way they both kind of developed this year. I didn't have the Spurs as a 2, by the way, but I did pick them for a Western Conference Finals appearance. I really liked the idea of Wemby. I saw enough to know that he was going to be generational. You had Fox, Castle won Rookie of the Year. I thought you guys had some good pieces, and they've even overperformed what I thought they'd be in the regular season. Thiago coming in here, that was a big deal for a lot because they had looked at his history as a coach, and albeit brief, they had seen some of the development that had happened, and the reason they brought him in was because our big guy, Donovan Clingan, needed fellow big man Thiago Splitter to help him grow. Well, lo and behold, who the hell on their bingo card has Blazer coach arrested by FBI night after their first game of the regular season? And most of us didn't even think it was going to be Thiago as the interim coach. We thought they were going to go a different way with that. And when they named Thiago, I think there was a real player-friendly aspect to the guy in the locker room leading the voice is going to have to be somebody that they can look at, literally eye level, and say, he knows, he's been through this, he understands it, he gets us, and it was the right choice. And what's funny is, from an outsider perspective, you look at Thiago and say, man, 7 seed Blazers, what the hell? The fans up until 2 weeks ago couldn't tell if they hated him, liked him, want him back, don't want him back. And we're like, yo, how many franchises in pro sports have their head coach arrested by the FBI at 3 a.m., and you still somehow overperform from a win total because their over-under preseason was 34.5. They hit that. They're in the play-in for the first time, in a long time. They haven't been to the playoffs, by the way, since 2021, and that was, more bubble basketball. So, they haven't been in this situation in a while. And that dude got in there, and he had some ups and downs, but they were massively hurt throughout the season, and they still ended up with a 7 seed. He's been great. I just think we nitpick coaches way too much. And to be honest, because we're in it, we do this on a daily basis. Even us, as much as I think I know about basketball, dude, we don't know the ins and outs of locker room stuff. And half the time you can't even pinpoint from an X's and O's standpoint why you don't like a coach in sports. It's just they're the easiest person to blame. And I think he's weathered the storm magnificently.
Brandon Sprag joining us here on the Blitz. He's with the Fan in Portland. And Brandon, it's interesting. Obviously, getting arrested by the FBI is one thing, but in San Antonio, Greg Popovich has the stroke last year. Mitch Johnson becomes the interim coach. It was not a good year by any stretch. And then he gets named the head coach. And even in San Antonio, there are a lot of questions. Was Mitch the right guy? For Tiago moving forward, I'm curious, one, does he keep the job next year? But two, is it really his team this year? Like, are you seeing things done? And I'll use the term Spurs way because it kind of feels that way watching them from the outside. Like he's made some significant changes to the way they do things.
Yeah, I think it's an interesting thing to think about, and I know they still have a playoff series ahead of them. But if that thing is over in 5 and 6 at best, they have a lot to evaluate. They just got sold, and their ownership group is it's funky. Okay, the best I can say is it's kind of funky. So they were in a trust for a long time. The Paul Allen estate owned it, and Jody Allen is cited as the owner, but in reality here, Bert Cole, Paul Allen's best friend, who the best thing in his life was he became roommates in college with Paul Allen because that dude just had the easiest life of all time, getting to be on the Super Bowl stage and be around the Blazers organization. And so, people look at this and say, all right, we're going to get a new ownership group. And I was certainly on board with that. And then here comes Tom Dundon, and I'm like, okay, this guy owns the Carolina Hurricanes. Oh, he's a winner. Look at the Hurricanes. They're the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference in hockey. How about that? And then we start digging in a little bit more, and more stuff has come out in the last couple of days. The power dynamic's going to be fascinating, I think, in the offseason out here. Joe Cronin's been the general manager. They didn't interview anybody when they fired Neil O'Shea. They just gave the job to him. We had no idea who he was and what he was capable of. And, yeah, he got Denny Avdia. He got us Toumani Camara. He got a good haul for Damian Lillard. But there's been other little funky moves he's made, I think, as the general manager. And now they're finally at a grow point. Well, is he going to hire the coach? And I would think Tiago has a leg up on everybody, but the rumor on the streets out here and all throughout the NBA is Tom Dundon's trying to hire a coach for $1 million. And I know you guys have been around the NBA long enough to know that ain't going to do. Like, you can't even he interviewed reportedly a college coach, and the college coach is at a mid-major school by definition, makes $3 million a year. And so now we have to worry about, we have a guy right now operating on the cheap. He literally just watched his team go into Phoenix and win the play-in. The day of the game, they had to check out of the hotel 3 hours before the first bus arrived because he did not want to pay $450 in late fees. So, like, we have a billionaire who can't afford $400 late fees at hotels. And so I want to say Tiago's got an advantage. I overall think they're going to end up going that route. But right now, man, there's some weird, funky stuff going on behind the scenes where this penny pincher just bought a multi-billion-dollar franchise, and now he's taking it to the shop, and he goes, how much is the oil change? And it's shocking because you think they'd be smarter than that.
Well, Brandon, that's just fascinating in so many ways and unbelievable in so many ways. Do you think how and it may hurt the fact that the Trailblazers have performed as well as they have this year because you say, see, I didn't have to spend a lot of money, and guess what? We're doing well. Do you think that hurts a little?
A little? I mean, I think it hurts a lot. I don't even make $1 million a year, and I'm offended by how he's spending money right now. Are you kidding me? Like, I know what Portland is. I've lived here my whole life. I know what it is as a market. We get all-time great Blazers that come through here, right? Like Jerome Kersey, R.I.P., Terry Porter. Like, some of these guys made this their year-round home. Like, they ended up loving the community and they loved being here. And Portland's a very unique market. I don't know if you guys watched the Jailblazer doc, but it can be a very interesting market to say the least. Right now, you've got Shaden Sharp is a young prospect. They just signed to an extension. He's pretty quiet, chilled, laid back. Okay, that works. Toumani Camara just wants to work hard, and Portland's that team that wanted him more than the one that drafted him. Denny was traded in, and now we got Dame Lillard back here who's chosen to make this his year-round home and grow his little empire out here. Dude, I'll just be blunt. you're not going to find a lot of black players that want to live in Portland, Oregon year round, let alone hear that the owner is going to be cheap and make you stay in Sheboygan instead of Detroit or wherever they end up staying to save a couple bucks. So, yeah, I think it's very problematic for a market that already suffers from not getting free agents to get guys to see this. If he continues to be this way and actually it plays out like that, I think it's going to be incredibly difficult going forward for them. But I also think there could be a learning curve here. You know, these things could be very true, and the checkout thing happens, and then somebody gets in his ear and goes, yo, we know you want to save money, but this ain't the area to do it. And so I think he's just going to have a crash course in what it means to actually own an NBA franchise.
You know, it is fascinating, though, as we visit with Brandon Sprag from the Fan in Portland, how similar San Antonio and Portland are as far as markets and players that play their careers here and then choose to make it their homes. And then you hear the cheap stuff, and you know, it's almost laughable when you think about the NBA and the way it goes. Out of curiosity, because I know what it's like here right now in San Antonio and what it was like during the championship days. They didn't sell out first-round games because, well, you know, people saved their money for the Western Conference Finals or the Finals. This Game 1 is sold out Sunday. Game 2, I mean, the secondary market is crazy to try to get tickets. Brandon, what's it like in Portland for Games 3 and 4, the excitement level?
Well, I guess this would be the right time to plug my new OnlyFans account so I can go to Game 4 and let you guys all know I got the greatest toes in the sports media business. For only $9.99, I'll give you all the photos you need.
Wait a minute. That's Joe's toes.
Joe's toes. Yummy. Joe's toes. Joe's toes.
Joe's.
Put them in my mouth.
Sorry
oh, my God. Oh, I can't believe I stepped in that. How about that? What a little Thursday afternoon for me. No, it's crazy. It's crazy out here, man. I'm going to go to Game 4, being a morning host, you know, anything past 5 p.m., and I'm like starting to fall asleep by 7. So Sunday next week out here, it'll be 12:30 tip time for us, about 2:30, I think, for you guys. So I find that a sweet spot. And they also might be down 3-0, so the tickets could be the cheapest. But right now, if I was to go in and buy on the secondary market, I mean, I'm sitting at a 19,000 seat arena at the very tippy top. Like I'm spending at a minimum $150, which, you know, that's not terrible. But like, I also don't like watching ants play basketball. So right now, this market is, I think people are jacked that they're relevant. It's been tough, man. Like, I've always said the old cliche of Portland sports fan is we're not built for this. And what I've meant by that is, all right, you want to trade C.J. McCollum. I'm all in on that. I didn't like C.J. McCollum. I know they got to a West Finals with him and Dame, but I don't like backcourts being 6'3" and under. Let's make a move. Okay, well, that didn't work. Now the team's terrible and you're drafting Scoot Henderson, but you're keeping Damian Lillard. That makes no sense. What are you doing? Oh, we've hit the side of the mountain. We got to tank. They couldn't even tank right. The year you guys got Wemby, we won. So nobody knows this. Just side note for you guys. So you get Wemby. You win the gift of all gifts again. Somehow something in San Antonio has something on somebody. But you guys win the Wemby stakes. There are 4 games in that regular season going into that lottery. Anthony Simons was the young, promising next guard of the Blazers. Everybody was out, was excited about him. He went on a 4-game winning streak. Like literally the team was dog-ass. And he averaged like 35 points. He won a game in overtime at Memphis against Ja and the Grizzlies, who were really good. He went bananas before the All-Star break. Those 4 games separated us and you guys, and you got the ping pong ball, and we got Scoot Henderson, who's a backup point guard that averages 2 assists. So, like, we haven't had great luck. And so I think right now, because the city has Denny Avdia, probably going to make All-NBA, at least should. You got Tumani Kamara, all-defensive guy. You know, he stepped up offensively this year. Drew Holiday's a great dude in and out of the community. Donovan Klingen's been a good story this year. They've got pieces that feel good, and they're a 7 seed. They haven't been to the playoffs really in the Moda Center since 2019 when they took down Oklahoma City on the game-winning shot and lost in the Western Conference Finals. So it's been a minute, boys, and it feels good to be back, and I think the city's going to show out for Games 3 and 4.
Well, Brandon, as I hear all that, my friend, and you know I love you, spend all that big money that you make there and get feet on the floor, court side, so you can be up close to Wemby and just think about what could have been.
You know what, Minix? First of all, I don't like the way that you kind of throw it in my face that you get the 7'4" freak and we've got the 6'3" guard who can't shoot. But I'll just say this. 2 years ago is the only time Wemby's played the Blazers. And I watched him play in person, and I was about 7 rows up because I got to hook up on some tickets for that game. And they had the lead. They blew the lead. And then they ended up coming back and winning it in the Moda. And dude, I don't know. I've been in sports media a while. I'm going to be 40 in December. I've seen some stuff. Watching him in person it's one of the more incredible things I think a sports fan could see, is because it just doesn't make any sense that this dude moves like a 6'2" guard, but he's 7'4". He just is an alien. It makes Men in Black has to be a true story at this point.
And what you saw 2 years ago and how he's playing now are two completely different dudes.
Totally agree with it, but it still was good enough for me to go, I don't really care that he had blood clots last year. They're going to the Western Conference Finals.
You don't really care. I remember the time where there were people saying, who did we pick, Wemby or Scoot? Do you remember that?
I do remember that. That was a little bit of a debate, but to be honest with you, as scared of big men as we are out here with the Bill Walton foot injury and Greg Oden and Sam Bowie, I think that was a pretty universal, let's go Wemby. The sneaky thing for Portland was, so they're one ping pong ball away from Wemby. They don't get it. San Antonio lands it. What doesn't get talked about enough is there is a lot of intel, a lot of smoke that if they would have gotten the second pick instead of Charlotte, instead of the third, they liked Miller more than they liked Scoot internally. And with Miller, they could have just kept Dame instead of having to force him into a situation where he asked for a trade request. So it's just very interesting looking back at it. They loved Amen Thompson, but I just think some of this it's easy to have hindsight now, guys. Scoot Wemby was a debate for a minute, but if you can't get Wemby, I think it would have been a really hard sell in the beginning to say we're taking Amen Thompson over Scoot. They would have taken Miller if they were given the chance between those two.
Interesting. Wow. It's going to be a fun short series, Brandon. And real quick on Tom Dundon, we hate that guy in San Antonio.
Yes.
He bought the Alliance of American Football and then shut the thing down and didn't pay any of the bills. So his cheapness is well regarded.
Yes.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you guys, I know we're against it here, or at least it feels like that. At least I'm rushed off because you got to get more bacon. But what is – I just found out that backstory that I forgot that he was the one that bought the league, and then it basically all gets shut down like 2 weeks later. Like, what was the reason to buy something to just cancel it in 2 weeks? Is there a tax write-off? Was there some benefit to it?
Long story short, in a nutshell, because he was in San Antonio, I was the voice of the Commanders, met the guy. He talked about all the things that we were going to do in the future, and then he shut everything down. Turns out he just wanted the tech and the gambling aspect that came with that league, because that really was a gambling league, a tech company disguised as a football league, and he wanted the tech. He didn't want the football.
Interesting. Well, I mean, he made most of his money off, prime sub car lending stuff, so it's already questionable that bet.
Yeah, he's shady. You're a shady guy, but don't trust him.
Good luck, Brandon.
Hey, thank you. I can't wait to see you guys freak out when we push this series to 6. All right? I can't wait.
Man, Brandon, I know you got off work early, but don't drink that much in the day when you got to come on a radio show.
Hey, weed's legal out here, buddy. We ain't drinking.
Brandon Sprag from The Fan in Portland, always appreciated. He's on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond. Online at buyersbarricades.com.
That is interesting, and I had forgotten that he was the owner of the Blazers now. But boy, if you're a fan of the Portland Trail Blazers and you hear stuff like that, you just got to be going, oh my gosh, you got to be kidding me.
He didn't want to pay late fees, so go wait in the lobby till the bus gets there.
Unbelievable.
I mean, that just and I know we're not supposed to say his name, but it reminds me of when Donald Sterling owned the Clippers and made the guys wash their own uniforms at home because it was cheap.
Unbelievable, man. If you're going to buy a franchise, come on, don't be cheap like that, for goodness sake. Mm-hmm. Oh, man. We're live at Novo, and I tell you what, there's some folks coming in. We got a little business mixer.
Networking.
That's about to take place here. We just saw Ben Brasino walk in here, so all the ladies left as soon as he came in.
Son of a...
Yeah. So we'll see We can get some of those back. We got a long way to go here, halfway home at Novo Brewery. Come on out and see us. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know, I love football, all kinds of football, and we've got football happening at this Saturday at Freeman Coliseum with the San Antonio Gunslingers, our indoor football league team, and they're taking on the defending IFL champions, the Vegas Nighthawks. Kickoff's 4 o'clock on Saturday. Doesn't matter what the forecast is. I know it's calling for rain. Ain't going to matter because, you know, they play indoors at Freeman Coliseum. Get there. It's so much fun. Take the family, get the kids, and go. Tickets are affordable at sanantoniogunslingers.com, and it's fun for fans of all ages. You kind of combine a little hockey, football, and NASCAR. The big hits, the crazy catches. It's just a ton of fun, and the game day atmosphere is outstanding. Get your tickets now, sanantoniogunslingers.com. This is season number 6 for the San Antonio Gunslingers. All the leagues we were just talking about, the AAF, they come and go. The Gunslingers have been here for 6 years. They are San Antonio's indoor football team. Go support them. Get your single game tickets. Get full season tickets. sanantoniogunslingers.com.
This is The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons 2 to 6. KTFM Floresville. And everywhere at sasportstar.com.
Here at Academy, we're putting the outdoors back in Academy Sports and Outdoors, especially for firearms and ammo. Whether you're punching paper at the range or heading to the field before sunrise, you'll find what you're looking for, and probably a few things you didn't know you needed. Trusted brands, tons of options, and undefeatable prices. Right now, get up to $50 off select Glock firearms through April 19th. Academy, fun can't lose. Age restrictions apply. Remember to always keep it safe.
Hey everybody, Joe Reinigle here for Window Nation. You know, spring is a great time to open your windows, and wait, your windows won't open? They leak? They're cracked? They need repainting again? You know, getting top quality custom fit windows from Window Nation is easy and affordable. During the More You Buy, the More You Save sale, you could save up to 50% off. Plus, you could get them with 0% interest for 5 years. During uncertain times, one of the best investments you can make is in your home. So visit windownation.com now to book a consultation.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation, so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Annie's first oil change wasn't as hard as she thought because she went to AutoZone, where a friendly AutoZoner helped her find the right oil and save on an oil filter. He explained the job and showed her free how-tos on AutoZone.com. When she was done, AutoZone recycled her old oil for free. No hassles, just help. Everything you need, nothing you don't.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Hey golfers, you could win a set of custom golf clubs from Flight by Yingling. Thank you to everyone who played in the sold-out 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Spring Golf Tournament presented by Flight by Yingling. Now, imagine hitting the course with a set of custom clubs valued at $2,800 with a cold flight, 2.6 carbs, and 95 calories. Enter now at yingling.com/golf. No purchase necessary. Must be 21 or older. Flight by Yingling. Enjoy responsibly. DG Yingling & Sons, Pottsville, Pennsylvania.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Texas Rangers in action this afternoon. They are out in, Sacramento, I guess, taking on the Athletics. Right now, into the sixth. They're going to the top half of the seventh inning. It is all tied up at 3 apiece. We had an elimination game last night. The Warriors beat the Clippers and sent them packing. Steph Curry with 35 points. They now take on the Suns tomorrow in Phoenix. The winner would face OKC.
Sports Center brought to you by SAPDcareers.com. The San Antonio Police Department is always hiring.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Live from Novo Brewery, that's where we are. This is the Blitz, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. He is Jason Minix, and the business mixer networking thing is getting underway.
Mm-hmm. You're distracted, are you?
Well, a little, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people just walked in. That's why.
Yeah, but you're focused on one, and that's totally understandable.
Wait, what?
And you could, yeah. Whatever she's selling.
What? I don't know what you're talking about, dude.
Yeah.
I have no clue.
Me neither.
No clue.
Me neither. Come down and see us here at Novo. It is a networking event, a real one. This isn't like a college town where, the bar is called the library. So if your parents check your location, they think you're studying.
Right.
But so if you're in business and you need to network, this is a great place for you to come today. You can tell the boss, hey, it's 4:00. I know you want me here in the office till 5:30, but I'm going to go meet some people.
I'm a little perplexed, to be honest with you, because a business networking thing. I mean, you come down. The whole point of coming to a place like Novo Brewery is you have to relax a little bit. And I just saw a bunch of trays of water delivered to these folks. Is it a serious business thing where there can't be a libation or two?
I'm looking around. Let's see. Water.
Yes, water. Can you do something besides water?
Yeah, everybody's drinking water.
I'm just wondering.
Yeah. She just said, I'm going to get my own damn drink. Absolutely.
I was just curious. I thought this was a real business thing now. You guys are going to really do business.
Well, it's a networking deal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the more you drink, the more you can network. That's the way that it works.
Yeah. Yeah. See, that guy's like, yeah, why am I handing water? Now,
exactly.
Now, in defense of all these people not drinking alcohol at this point, I do got to believe that, they just walked up with a tray of waters. Would you like something? So, because when you sit down, they bring you water.
They didn't want to be rude or what?
Well, somebody hands you water. You're going to be rude. Or you're going to take it and then say,
I'm going to say, where the hell's my drink?
Well, you got to order a drink first.
Well, take the water back and bring me whatever I'm having that particular day.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it is going to get crowded in here, and I have a feeling with business folks like this, they're liable to get nuts. A couple of drinks, they might go crazy.
All right. They might get crazy and keep the bacon on their burger.
Well, they might. That would be crazy, but if they want to do that, that's their choice. See, I don't have a problem with people making choices. They can do whatever they want.
Well,
that's why we live in America.
Sounds like you're criticizing them for making the aqua choice.
Well, I am.
Okay.
There's a difference between alcohol and bacon on a burger.
That's our poll question today.
Yes, it is.
Because we got here for lunch. And they have a burger here at Novo. They call it the Novo Burger.
Yes, they do.
And the Novo Burger already comes with bacon. They have another burger on the menu. It's a smash burger. But the Novo Burger, which is the bigger burger, already comes with bacon. And Joe ordered the Novo Burger, and he tells the nice lady, no bacon. And
no bacon.
And she gave him a look and said, do you want the smash burger? No, I want the Novo Burger, just no bacon. Why?
Well, because the Novo Burger has what they call jalapeno sauce.
Uh-huh.
And it's quite delicious, actually. And
can you get the jalapeno sauce on the smash burger?
You know, that's a good question.
mean,
I did not ask the server if we could do that.
Because you've already paid for the bacon. They've built it into the price of the Novo burger that bacon is on there. So,
well, since I'm not buying lunch today, you paid for the bacon that I didn't eat.
And and again, you could have said put the bacon on the side. You could have got walking bacon.
I could have.
You know, stacking bacon.
But I didn't.
You just left the bacon back there with the chef.
Truth be told, I love bacon. I really do. Big fan of bacon with eggs. You know, there's some sandwich like a club sandwich, bacon on there. It's perfect.
All right.
I just don't particularly like it on a burger.
So you don't want to mix cow and pig.
I don't. I'm one or the other. Pig, cow.
But you like bacon and eggs, so you'll mix pig and chicken.
Sure.
Do you put bacon on a chicken sandwich?
No, I don't.
But on a club sandwich, which has ham, which is pig.
Well, ham, turkey. A club sandwich has a variety.
Oh, okay.
It's got all the animals.
Right.
You got pig,
except for cow.
You got pig, pork, turkey.
Uh-huh.
Ham.
You know,
you got it all.
You know, pig and pork is the same.
Ham, pork, whatever.
Ham and pork, the same thing. Still a pig.
Yes. So I'm just saying.
You don't know your animals.
Well,
you don't know your food group.
I know what's delicious. Yeah.
Well, and bacon on a burger is delicious, which is why they put it on there.
Only a little dead cow for me today, and that was that's the way that it was. So it was delicious.
Do you like bacon wrapped shrimp?
Yeah, I do.
So
yeah.
Little pig and fish.
Pig and fish is okay.
Yeah.
You can mix that. That's fine. But I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about a burger. I just don't want bacon on it.
The poll question, if given the choice, all things equal, would you want bacon on your burger? 77% say yes, and 23% say no.
I applaud the 23% that have the stones to come out and admit that, because you know what?
There are people that don't like bacon.
You're gonna get.
I don't understand.
You're gonna get made fun of. You're gonna get all of this stuff as I've had to endure today. But thank you for coming out and telling the truth.
I see, but that was like, one time a server friend of mine said somebody ordered a double bacon cheeseburger without cheese. And so you want a double bacon burger? No, I want a double bacon cheeseburger without cheese, and it made no sense.
Well, that makes no sense.
Well, it
doesn't.
makes no, but it's like getting a bacon burger with no bacon.
No, it's not a bacon burger.
It is a bacon burger.
Jeez.
It's called the Novo burger. It comes with bacon, so that makes it a bacon burger. And you took the bacon off.
I took it off.
That's un-American.
I don't want it, but I wanted the Novo burger.
The Novo burger has bacon.
I don't want the bacon. You don't understand.
Get the smash burger then. No bacon on it, and add the jalapeno sauce.
Dude, did you order what you wanted?
I did.
Okay, then. I'm glad you had a good lunch. So did I. It was delicious. And if you come out here to Novo Brewery and you want a Novo burger with bacon, guess what? You get your wish. If you don't want bacon on it, guess what? They'll take it off. Whatever you want, they will take care of you here at Novo Brewery.
Well, I love meatballs.
I do love meatballs. He is exactly right, that guy. Attaboy.
Redbird's Junkie on YouTube says, just get the kid a grilled cheese next time.
Well, as long as it has ham on it. I don't want just a grilled cheese sandwich.
Well, then it's a grilled ham and cheese.
Grilled
not a
ham and cheese. That's
a whole different sandwich.
Well, it is. That's why I'm saying Redbird's not a, I don't want just a grilled cheese. It's got to have some meat on it. Little ham and cheese grilled is perfect.
I need more meat between my buns.
Grilled ham and cheese. I make a good ham and cheese grilled. Yeah, I do, actually. Yes.
You can make the most simplest of sandwiches.
I can. It's fantastic.
Uh-huh.
You're
going to tell me about your famous peanut butter and jelly recipe next?
Come on. You know me better than that. I'm not.
I'm not falling for that banana in the tailpipe.
That's exactly right, dude. Come on. Peanut butter.
Uh-huh.
Sticks to the roof of your mouth. The hell? Let's talk a little Spurs basketball. What do you say? They got a playoff game coming up. There's a lot of news throughout the NBA completely today. A lot of news made, and some of it is good for some players, and one particular player, it's not good for him at all. We'll discuss that when we return here live at Novo Brewery. This is the Blitz, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know, if you need your logo on any kind of gear or you need any kind of promotional items, you need to get into Sammy's Embroidery and Printing on at San Pedro. Not far from where we are right now at Novo Brewery here at North Star Mall. Just go a couple lights down, see the McDonald's, and Sammy's is right across from that McDonald's, where you can go in and get your logo on any kind of shirts, golf shirts, fishing shirts, dress shirts, all the big name brands, including Tommy Bahama, North Face, Eddie Bauer, Nike, Travis Matthew, Port Authority, to name a few. If you need caps made, Sam has over 25,000 caps and more than 75 color combinations on display in his showroom. And he's got all the popular cap brands, the Richardson 112 style trucker caps, Cade caps, Nike, Cap America. You need t-shirts, screen printed, Sam will get you taken care of. And he has over 700 uniform lines to choose from all kinds of industries. And if you're running a business, he does so much more than just uniforms. His sign shop can do signs, banners, flags, card magnets, vehicle wraps, window decals, and more. Sammy's Embroidery and Printing. Nobody has better prices. All items come with the warranty, no order too big, no order too small. And Sammy's is the only company in Texas that offers one-day turnaround. Call 210-824-3900 or get into that massive showroom about a mile inside Loop 410 on San Pedro. Or check the website, samsembroidery.com for Sammy's Embroidery Club.
Attention coaches, educators, and booster clubs. Need a fundraiser that's different from the rest? With Gardenville, supporters purchase something they already need. High quality, locally sourced mulch and compost. Your organization earns money on every sale. Real products, real value, with support from Gardenville to keep it simple. Ready to grow your fundraiser? Visit garden-ville.com/fundraising. That's garden-ville.com/fundraising.
Healthy vision is about more than seeing clearly. It's about going beyond. From comprehensive eye care with the latest technology to advanced vision solutions that provide deep insights into your overall health. And with doctors who build lasting relationships founded on trust, ensuring that every detail is taken care of. I choose Vision Source to never miss out on life's precious moments. Vision Source, beyond your eyes.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Here in Texas, we know that trust is earned and reputation matters. Since 1993, Thomas J. Henry dedicated himself to building a firm that injured clients can trust and that Texans can respect. A firm where no defendant is too big and no case is too small. Backed by a track record of success and a commitment to our clients, Thomas J. Henry remains the name you can depend on if you have been injured. Trust the firm that stands for you. Trust Thomas J. Henry, San Antonio, Texas.
Hey everybody, Joe Reinagle here for Window Nation. You know, spring is a great time to open your windows and wait, your windows won't open? They leak? They're cracked? They need repainting again? You know, getting top quality custom fit windows from Window Nation is easy and affordable. During the More You Buy, the More You Save sale, you could save up to 50% off. Plus, you could get them with 0% interest for 5 years. During uncertain times, one of the best investments you can make is in your home. So visit windownation.com now to book a consultation.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Coming up on the Morning Huddle, the playoffs are set. 16 teams vying for one trophy in the NBA, Rob.
Hey, let's pay attention to a wounded thumb. Is Dylan going to be ready for Sunday? Are the Trailblazers going to be tougher than we expect? We'll undo it all. Get here early. The party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Live at Novo Brewery on a Thursday afternoon, and can't think of any place better to be on a Thursday than Novo Brewery. And if you haven't been here, even if you have, come on down and see us. This is the Blitz 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagle. He is Jason Minix, and the meet and greet, or what'd you call it?
It's a networking meeting.
A networking meeting is
B&I,
underway.
whatever that is. Business networking, it's business people that are, they're not drinking. But you know what? we understand how this works, and we all work in radio. So one of our sales reps said, you know what? I just ordered a glass of wine. It's the dance floor mentality. Once somebody's out there, everybody will. Because everybody here, but again, they walked in and they served them water initially, and like, did nobody order a beer?
Well, I mean, somebody,
a
right?
glass of
I mean,
wine?
the one lady went up and got a drink of some sort, and Jasmine's getting some wine, so maybe that'll start the party going here.
Yeah.
I guess. And I don't know. I'd network better after a couple of drinks.
Oh, you do a lot of things better after a couple of drinks.
You're exactly right.
I mean, could you imagine how this show would be if they let you drink on air?
Oh my goodness. It'd be pretty damn good. I will tell you that. Absolutely.
You might actually get bacon on your burger. And,
no, probably not.
You know, as we hit 420 on Monday, we are going to be live at Mellow Mushroom, because no better place to celebrate 420 than on at Mellow Mushroom. But you know, one of the comments on YouTube is Joe going to order a pepperoni pizza without pepperonis because that's what he asked for Monday when we're at Mellow Mushroom.
Now, that would be a cheese pizza.
I'm
not a fan of cheese pizza, just plain cheese pizza.
No, the Mighty Meter over there.
Absolutely.
Which has bacon on it.
It does, and that's fine.
Because it's better.
I don't know about better, but it's good.
Now, Fred Villarreal says Joe doesn't realize that at Novo, the bacon is attached to the bacon burger, and you shouldn't remove it.
You're exactly right. Maybe I shouldn't have, but does it have its own entrance? That's the key.
Well, it's got an exit eventually.
It does, right? Moo!
What?
Oh, no, there. Oink, oink. Oh, my goodness.
So as we get ready for round one of the playoffs, the fact that we didn't have to mess with the play-in this week is nice and completely unexpected. And, you know, the Spurs getting the attention that the 2 seed should, and with a player the star level of Wemby. You know, like the Spurs announced today that they're going to have a watch party over in Paris.
In Paris.
Right?
Yeah.
None of us are probably going, but it's cool because, you know, the long history of Spurs fandom in France is pretty cool. So they're going to do a watch party for Game 4 over in Paris, which is cool. And you know what else the Spurs did? The hell with free coffee, although I did see Keldon is doing something with a local coffee shop. No, we've elevated free breakfast tacos after every Spurs playoff win at Taco Palenque.
Now, see, that's a hell of a deal.
That's far better than coffee.
I totally agree with that. That's a hell of it. Now, do you know what are the rules there? Do you know?
I'm sure there are rules.
I'm sure there
probably
are.
Won't get one with bacon.
Well, no, and nor would I want one with bacon. But is that one breakfast taco?
One breakfast taco.
Just one.
Well, what are you going to be greedy?
Well, yeah.
Why would you be greedy?
Nobody eats just one breakfast taco.
All right, so you get one free.
I guess that's the way you do it. You buy one, get one free.
I mean,
or you get one free and buy one. That just doesn't have the same ring to it.
You get a free taco.
Free taco.
After a Spurs win. I'm trying to find the press release. I had it somewhere in my email. I'm not going to lie to you. Let me find it before I just start.
Well, people are used to you lying to them, man. So that's fine.
I never lie. That's I don't want to say part of the problem, but part of the problem.
Part of the problem.
That's
exactly.
part of the. All right. The rules are. Let's see. The offer includes one free breakfast taco per customer, a choice of either potato and egg or bean and cheese. Tacos available the morning after each Spurs playoff game win, home or away, between 6 and 9 a.m. Offer is valid at all Taco Palenque locations in San Antonio, Austin, Laredo, El Paso, Eagle Pass, Corpus Christi, and the Rio Grande Valley. To redeem, customers must use coupon code SPURSWIN at checkout in the Taco Palenque app or present the code in store. Limit one offer per guest per day. No purchase or Spurs game ticket necessary.
So you can't show up at 6 a.m. and then come back at 7:30.
How are they going to know?
Well, I wouldn't know.
I don't know. I mean, you go to various Taco Palenque locations. But keep in mind, Joe, it's potato and egg or a bean and cheese taco.
Now, let me tell you something.
So don't try to go order a bacon, egg, and cheese without bacon and expect it to be free because you got to pay for that one.
Well, let me tell you something, and they probably would charge you for a strip of bacon, but bacon is delicious on a bean and cheese taco.
It is.
It is.
I've done that before.
Yes.
Of all the breakfast spots,
I have become I've gone viral on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page here.
Oh yeah, now you're viral?
Well, I guess it's like Joe orders the free taco but wants to pay for it. There's all kinds of stuff here.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Well, if I could find it. He said,
what are you looking for? It's right there on your screen.
I bet they order ice water with no ice.
Yeah, it's possible.
I can go to Burger King and order the Whopper with jalapenos without bacon. I'm not sure what that means. Buffalo wings without the buffalo sauce.
Naked.
You could do that.
Well, this is the way Stephen Jones likes it.
Spicy and naked.
Yeah. I mean, it is possible. But on the free tacos at Taco Palenque, after a Spurs win, you get potato and egg or bean and cheese taco.
And a cup of coffee.
No
coffee.
No coffee.
Oh, I thought there was coffee.
No, this is better than free coffee.
Oh, okay. I thought you got both.
No.
I thought they upped the ante.
No, I saw a deal yesterday, that and I don't know what coffee shop is doing something, and apparently Keldon is paying for it, right? But
nice.
I don't know the details of that.
Good for Keldon.
But I know that everybody's been saying, where's the free coffee in the press release? Spurs and Taco Palenque to give away free tacos after every team playoff win. All right, I'm not a coffee drinker. That never benefited me. But breakfast tacos, I'm down.
Absolutely. And Taco Palenque is smart because nobody eats just one taco.
Well, sure.
And so you're going to buy another one.
And probably your coffee if that's what you're into.
And your coffee or whatever
you're
else.
You're still getting a free taco.
Exactly. I'm not mad at them. I'm just saying. That's smart on their part.
We all want something for free. Now, I wish they would have the hours a little longer because that means I got to go somewhere before 9 a.m. to get my free taco.
Dude, you'll never see a free taco, I promise you.
Well, I mean, yeah, you're right.
You will never see that. Maybe on a Tuesday, you got to get up for a sales meeting. You do that.
Yeah, but I don't wake up in time to go do anything. And they don't play on Monday night.
Well, that's true. Yeah, you're screwed.
I ain't going Monday morning.
Why? Well, why not, Minix?
Monday morning.
Well, because they're going to win on Sunday night.
Well, they are, but it's an 8:00 game. Do you want me to get up early to go get breakfast by 9 a.m.?
What are you saying? It's too late for you?
No,
you're going to stay up late? You can't wake up early?
I can't wake up early no matter what time.
Oh.
I choose not to wake up early.
Oh,
Should I say it that way?
Yeah,
I'm
sure.
Leave the house.
Well, yeah. I think Grace is lost. She's looking for Jasmine and can't find her.
It's understandable. So as the Spurs are getting the attention now of the national media, and they've got this week off, Wemby did a sit-down interview with Malika Andrews from ESPN. Talked about all kinds of things, including training with the monks.
I was just thinking I'm not able to do these things physically right now. So my body still has some areas to fill and some areas to develop. It's been very important for me to develop my body into what it can be and fulfill the potential as much as possible.
Walk me through getting there, what it looked, just paint a picture for me.
Incredible scenery. The temple, of course, obviously the traditional millennium-old buildings just at the bottom of the mountain in the forest. We meet a few monks. They're very social and they have phones and stuff. We were interesting. Let's see how it goes, but I'm not sure it is where I want to spend these next weeks in my summer because it's an important summer. They go to show us a demonstration, a show of what they do, of Kung Fu. 30 seconds in, we were convinced. All the doubts we might have had before, long gone. I get extremely jealous. And I'm like, I want to be able to do it at the end of these 12 days or whatever. We see the gym where we would practice. It was serious and total dive into the culture and the traditions and the practice of Kung Fu.
That's interesting. So how do you arrange that? I guess if you're Wemby and you make a call to one of the monks, you can just walk in?
Do monks have phones?
I don't know.
But I mean,
you had to call somebody.
There's a will, there's a way. You get there. So he was asked what was the most memorable thing from training with the monks.
Some things I did over there overloaded certain muscles in my body that were not used to these kind of efforts. And I think it made them stronger. I think it made them more resilient. I've never thrown any cake in my life before. And all of a sudden I'm throwing hundreds a day. So it has an impact on the body. And there were some days where I was extremely sore, but I think it was beneficial.
Interesting. And I think he got a lot out of that too. And I think for Wemby, just knowing him, the little I know of him and that we've been around him, that just kind of seems like his thing.
Well, there's so many. He is such a curious man. He, and financially has the ability to go kind of do whatever he would want. He dreams up something. I want to go do that. When Artemis went to space, he was on that broadcast wishing those astronauts good luck. He's got a fascination with NASA. And Malika Andrews, all right, well, what's next on the bucket list?
There's some more things. One thing I wanted to do, but I didn't do this summer, is practice with a rugby team, because it's same, patterns of movement my body's not used to do, and that can translate to what I do basketball. It's some very interesting things.
Did he say rugby? I don't want Wemby playing rugby.
Well, once he retires, he can play rugby.
I don't want. I mean, could you imagine? Have you ever seen rugby?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, could you imagine Wemby in a rugby scrum?
No. He can't get down low enough, I wouldn't think.
Well, I mean, he could, but I mean,
as tall as he is?
I mean, he just reach right into that scrum and pull the ball out.
I guess so. I tell you, that's
Lord.
interesting stuff. He is an interesting cat, that's for sure. There's no doubt about it. There's will be a lot more from that interview with Malika Andrews. And props to Wemby and props to her for getting that interview. I think he's just one of those people, Jason, that everybody can, I don't know, relate to is the right word, but likes hearing from, just because he says whatever the hell is on his mind at the time.
Well, and again, you look at like Sunday night while Joe's going to complain about the 8:00 start. It is Mike Tirico. It is the number one NBC crew. And we're going to get that same crew for game 2 in Portland, which is very, very cool. And I imagine NBC will have a lot with Wemby as well. And hopefully some of the other guys, Steph Castle, what he has developed into, that kind of spotlight. Keldon Johnson did that deal out at his ranch the other day. I imagine there'll be some of that, especially after he is announced as the winner of the Sixth Man Award, which I hope does happen. But I read that Players Tribune, and we know Keldon well, but the willingness to accept a different role and what he means to this team is a story that needs to be told. And through a long playoff run, we're going to get to hear all those stories.
Well, I hope so. And again, my respect for Keldon Johnson is gone up tenfold just for being that way. It was the same with Monty Ginobili. I mean, when Pop asked him to do that, no hesitation, he did it. Keldon Johnson, when Pop asked him to do that, no hesitation. Or Mitch Johnson asked him to do it, whoever did. And he did it, and he's thrived. He really has. Devin Vassell has accepted his role. And you got to love, and I think that's a big reason why this team has played the way that it has thus far, because all of those guys have accepted their roles. They fit in. They know what they're supposed to do. They know who the big dog is. And they all they fill their roles, and that's what they do, and I think it's fantastic. Absolutely. Hey, a lot of other news from the NBA, and we'll talk about that, including Luka and Cade Cunningham. Their appeals, or whatever they're calling it, approved. We'll tell you what happened and what that means for the rest of the league when we continue live from Novo Brewery. It is hopping in here right now, folks. You need to get down here and start your weekend with us at Novo Brewery. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's also the first day of Fiesta. Fiesta is here. Everybody plans to have a good time. None of you plan on getting arrested, but it is Fiesta. Some of you will. And you get arrested, you want to get out of jail fast. Best way to do that, call my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text the word bail to 474747, or you can start the bonding process online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail, and you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you truly understand what all those conditions are before accepting it. Your best option for stress-free bail bonds is AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They offer payment plans, have a free shuttle service. They are discreet and confidential and open 24/7 with offices all over San Antonio and Texas, services nationwide. So if you're up in Dallas, down in Corpus, anywhere in between, license number 149, call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or online at mybestbailbonds.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
John always listens to his truck. So when his brakes start talking, he goes to AutoZone, where a helpful AutoZoner gets him the right parts. If John has time to put them in, he borrows a kit with Loan-A-Tool. And if he doesn't, he gets a free shop referral. No hassles, just help. Everything you need, nothing you don't.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Deposit required for Loan-A-Tool. Restrictions apply.
This is an important notice to all U.S. taxpayers. The IRS is giving away billions of dollars in tax savings through a federal program called the Fresh Start Initiative to aid delinquent taxpayers. This initiative was established for anyone facing financial hardship and unable to pay their back taxes. Qualifying and enrolling in this program will stop all collections, settle your delinquent tax problem, and even reduce what you owe by thousands of dollars. Call the hotline at People's Tax Relief to see if you qualify and get this free information by dialing 800-927-1086. If you have unfiled tax returns or cannot afford to pay your personal or business back taxes, you can now get the help you need. One simple phone call can resolve your tax problem and save you thousands of dollars. To see if you qualify and to get this important free information, call 800-927-1086. 800-927-1086. 800-927-1086.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Saturday, April 18th at 4 p.m., your San Antonio Gunslingers host the defending IFL champions, the Vegas Nighthawks. Partial season tickets, group packages, and individual seats are available now at sagunslingers.com. Grab your crew, bring the family, and let's pack the Freeman Coliseum. Guns up, San Antonio.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Dave Ramsey here. The only water softener I recommend is a quality water softener from Connecticut. It really is the last water softener you'll ever own.
ConnecticutSA.com.
And tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
Progressive knows you want to get away, but not like too away. You crave the unknown, but also charcuterie boards with 4 types of cheese. And that's exactly why you bought an RV and bundled it with Progressive, because 24/7 protection is one luxury you'll never have to give up. So go ahead, explore the wilderness. all from the comfort of your zero-gravity camp chair. Switch to Progressive and protect your RV, boat, or motorcycle by bundling with your home or auto insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates of third-party insurance. Not available in all states or situations.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
Got a buddy who thinks he knows baseball? Perfect. On Rangers game days, prove it with the Morning Huddle's Rangers Double Dinger Payday. Pick the Ranger you think will launch it out of here. He hits one, you and a friend are headed to a Rangers game. He hits two. Now, you've got tickets and hotel. Yeah, you're making a night of it, and your buddy's buying the first round. Wake up with the Morning Huddle. Call your shot and win the Morning Huddle's Rangers Double Dinger Payday. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Texas Rangers.
Back here live at Novo Brewery, the business networking event is well underway. A lot of folks out here networking. I guess that's what they're doing.
Yeah, that's what they're doing.
That's what they're doing, talking. Sure. I know we've got a fishbowl here with business cards. Everybody's putting theirs in there.
Trying to win some SeaWorld tickets.
Oh, nice. Okay,
Yeah.
well, that's cool. But you know what? This place is huge.
Yep.
So if you don't want to network with the business folks, you just come out here, belly up to the bar, sit down at a booth, have some food, drink, and enjoy yourself.
You can. And one of the great things they have on the menu here at Novo is called their Novo Burger. And the Novo Burger comes with bacon. And that's what Ryan Nagel had for lunch. I had the shrimp skewer, which is fantastic. But the Novo Burger comes with bacon. Ryan Nagel orders it without bacon. Our poll question today, go to the video. If given the choice, would you want bacon on your burger? 77% say yes. 23% say no. On Twitter, Eric tweets in, deport those 23%.
Look, if you like bacon on your burger, great. Enjoy yourself. Have fun.
Yeah. I'm just saying. Playing games last night were good. Night before, I thought they were better. Now, the night before, we saw the Hornets move on because Bam Adebayo on a dirty play got taken out. And, it is what it is. LaMelo Ball has been fined $60,000 for that. But he said afterwards, I'm going to go apologize and make it good. Bam Adebayo wants you to know he has not heard from LaMelo Ball.
It didn't happen. By that time, I was in the shower trying to figure out what I was going to do next. Just obviously everything happened all at once. And I wanted to be out there. At some point, I'll see him again. We'll have that conversation and maybe move on.
Wow.
At some point, they're going to have a conversation.
At some point, I guess, maybe. $60,000, that's a lot of money, even for a guy like LaMelo Ball, who's doing okay. But what he did was just, I'm sorry, it's uncalled for. And I've heard so many people, Jason, on some of these national programs said, that didn't deserve that didn't deserve him being kicked out of that game. And I'm like, what does then? If you're grabbing a dude's leg and tripping him, making him fall out of the game, what does constitute an ejection? If that does not.
That to me is so dirty. It's a dirty play, and a player was injured. You would think a $60,000 fine I didn't think was enough, especially since that wasn't his first offense, because video has shown he has done that before to Bam Adebayo. Either way, he's just fine. He will be available to see if they can actually win a spot in the playoffs. We'll find out. Again, no games tonight. Those final two games coming up tomorrow. And before the start of those final two games tomorrow, the votes for postseason awards have to be in. See, the NBA season-ending ballots finally this afternoon went to all the voters, and they got to be completed by 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon before the final 2 play-in games, because there was an appeal by several players on that 65-game rule. Luka and Cade Cunningham won their challenges. They are eligible for all the postseason awards. Anthony Edwards, his appeal denied.
And their coach of the T-Wolves is hot about it. He wants an explanation, and he's trying to get one. It is a little baffling. Now, I don't know all the details of Ant's situation, but if you're going to give Luka and Cade Cunningham exemptions and let them back, why not Ant? And I guess I just need to find out exactly what the reasoning is. But Chris Finch, head coach of the Minnesota Timberwolves, is not happy about it, and he has apparently called the league office, and he wants an explanation.
And, he's not going to be happy with the answer because they've made their decision. But here's my problem with it, right? You put in a hard, fast rule with an appeal process. Well, if you make the exception for one, don't you kind of have to do it for all? And like Cade Cunningham, dude, a collapse along the year he has had, I'm good with that one. Luka, I understand, dude. He had to leave the country for the birth of a child. I get that. But he was 1 game short, and he missed a game before the hamstring injury because he was suspended because of too many technical fouls. I have a problem with them letting Luka be eligible because one of the games he missed was because of a suspension. I understand, dude. If he didn't have that suspension, I'd be all right with it. But when you lose a game because of a suspension, I have a hard time, giving you that pass, that exception, because you would have made it otherwise before the hamstring injury. And so you can't say the hamstring injury or the birth of your children are what caused you to miss. You missed a game because of too many technical fouls, and you got suspended.
Well, but if you're Luka, you could come back and say, I missed 2 games for my kid and only 1 suspension game. So if you just take 1 away, I still make it.
Well, again, though, there's not a paternity clause in there. So to me, your argument is mute because of the suspension. If he was 1 game short without the suspension, I'd be a lot more sympathetic to his cause. And clearly the NBA disagrees with me because they're allowing Luka, who is having an incredible year. He is the scoring leader. He should be on all the All-NBA teams. He should be in the running for MVP. But if you're going to say we've got a hard, fast rule, then it's got to be a hard, fast rule. If you're going to say, well, we have a hard, fast rule, but we'll make exceptions, then Anthony Edwards is getting totally screwed.
I don't see it. He only played 60 games where Luka played 64.
Yep.
There's one reason, and I'm looking at the nature of the absences and why that appeal was not given. A lot of the games that he missed, according to ChatGPT here, is for injury maintenance. Which is exactly why, or the reason, the league is trying to avoid that kind of stuff.
Because injury maintenance is the fancy word today for load management.
That's exactly right.
They were rest games. But if you're making exceptions to the rule, he played 60, so he played enough games to qualify for like the scoring leader and all that because they have different number of games played to qualify. So that you have to play 70% of the games. For postseason awards, it's 79 and change, almost 80%. If you're making exceptions, if you're doing it for one, don't you kind of feel like you have to do it for all? Now, paternity, that's a whole different set of circumstances, and I get that. Serious injuries like what Cade Cunningham has. If Wemby's injury, right? Now, Wemby rested a game, not that long ago.
Right.
Or if the bruised lung would have kept him out and he didn't qualify, do you think they would have made the exception for him then? Based on this today, I would say yes. But Wemby and the Spurs organization weren't willing to risk a committee to decide things.
And that's why he played against Dallas. And most likely, I think if he had already been at 65, he wouldn't have played against Dallas. He wouldn't have played the final 3 games. I truly believe that because of that that bruised rib. And but look, I don't know. It's a flawed system, and I'm trying to make sense of it. I feel bad for Anthony Edwards, I really do, but I just again, 65 games is not a lot when you're talking about an 82 game season. I mean, I don't know what the number or what people want the number to be. If you're going to play. These guys get paid a ton of money to play basketball. And I know, look, they're world-class athletes. They ought to be able to play 65 games. If there is a true injury, and they can prove that, where it's not just injury management, as Ant's deal is being accused of being, then so be it. Then the NBA can take that up. But 65 games, go play. I mean, it baffles me that we're having such an argument about playing 65 games of an 82-game schedule. That's 17 games you can just take off.
Well,
go play golf, sit on the bench, rest. I mean, it's ridiculous.
I do think there will be some adjustments to this because, one, the union is trying to get some adjustments made, even though it was in the collective bargaining agreement. But Adam Silver wants guys to play games. His TV partners want stars in games.
Yes.
You buy tickets to a game, you don't want to see a guy in their street clothes. And I get all that. Real injuries happen.
Sure.
And maybe it needs to be you get 5 rest days and that's it. You know, and I know NFL is very different because you only get 17 games. Baseball, you'll see position guys get random days off, and that sucks if it's who you wanted to go see. But it's not an issue seemingly like it is in the NBA. And they tied money to it, which makes it an even more interesting aspect, and the postseason awards. So I think for a lot of players, the accolades, the ego is good for that. But also when you're talking about 5% more from a max to a super max, $40, $50 million, depending on who it is. And I don't care how much money you have. That is a whole lot of money in that situation. So it'll be interesting to see how the NBA tackles this in the offseason. I just hope that the league office doesn't get too consumed with this problem as opposed to the tanking problem, which to me is a bigger fish to fry for Adam Silver and the NBA.
Well, it is. And I think this year was different. It just seemed a lot of big-name players were right on that threshold of the 65-game rule, and that's why we're paying such attention to it, which is why I love what the Spurs did for Keldon Johnson and Julian Champagnie. Make a big deal out of the fact that those two guys played 82 games this year. And I'm glad they did that. And only 18 players managed to do that, which is just baffling to me. It really is. And I know I'm sounding like Charles Barkley, but I agree with him. I mean, there was no rest or injury management or he didn't play because he's old kind of stuff back when those guys played. They played. And I just don't get why these young guys today can't play 65 out of 82 games. Again, if there's injuries, that should be taken up and that should be taken into consideration. But just to rest a guy because he needs rest, BS.
210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Mario, you're on the Blitz. What's up, man?
Hey, guys. I just want to say the other team should do like what the Spurs did with Wemby as far as playing him 20 minutes a game. As a paying fan, I would rather see him play for 20, 25 minutes than, 30, 40 minutes and only play 50, 60 games.
Well, and I think you're going to have every coach and every medical staff have their own different philosophies. When Wemby came back from that season, early injury in the season, and he was on the minutes restriction, it wasn't lost on anybody that his minutes was about 20, 22 minutes, because if he's going to play enough to get qualified. But you're having a debate now where you look at a lot of guys that aren't eligible for postseason awards that played several more, like hundreds more minutes during the season than Wemby did. So I'm with you. Less is more. I mean, that's, one of the knocks on Wemby is his like points per game and different things like that, but he did it in fewer minutes. So if you were to do math, which I can't, and try to figure out, well, if he would have played 35, what would his scoring average be? But that was all part of the injury management, is they weren't going to overwork him. I think Adam Silver would rather see games played than minutes played.
I think you're exactly right. I was just going to say that. I think this whole minutes argument is really mute, because if you got a guy going to play 50 games at 40 minutes a game, well, he's still going to miss a hell of a lot of games, and I don't want to see that. I'm with the caller just then. I'd rather see the star player play 70, 75 games at 25 minutes a game and because you're going to see him. You're going to get an opportunity to see that player play if you're a fan. There were so many. Who was it that there was a fan we talked to at some point in time? He bought tickets to the Dallas game.
Yeah.
And he was really hoping Wemby would play, and obviously he was very happy that Wemby did. But it's situations like that where maybe that's all you can do as a fan. You've got enough money to go to one game. And can you imagine Wemby sits out that game? Or you're there to see LeBron James, and LeBron sits out that game. I mean, you're screwed.
Yeah, no, I mean, it is a roll of the dice, and you know that when you buy your ticket. But
it shouldn't be that way.
It shouldn't be that way, but it's like when you want to get ice cream from McDonald's, you hope the damn machine works, but it doesn't half the time, right? I mean,
that's a hell of a comparison.
Well, I mean, it should be, but it's not. But you know that when you go in there, that they might not play. You're right. It shouldn't be that way. But you run that risk. And in this particular fan's case, my friend Randy Moon, he likes the Mavericks and the Spurs. He wanted to see Cooper Flagg and Vic, but he was worried, man, am I going to get to see him play? He did, but it was 50-50 at best as that week was rolling closer to the game.
Yeah, it was. And again, I contend if Vic would have had the 65-game threshold, he wouldn't have played in that game.
100%.
They would have rested him, but that would have been because of a legit injury. And I'm just happy nothing happened to Wemby during that game, and he didn't get hurt any worse. And I'm happy they held him out of that Denver game, because I'm still hearing from people, do you think the Spurs did the right thing? Yes, absolutely I am. And I would say that because I don't care who they play. They ain't going to win without Wemby.
They're not going to win
so
without
I'd
Wemby.
rather have a healthy Wemby in there, and I don't give a damn who the Spurs face in the second round of the playoffs. It just doesn't matter. We are live at Novo Brewery, and it's hopping. We got a bunch of business folks out here networking. I guess that's what they call it.
Sure.
Uh-huh.
They're working.
They're working. That's right, boss.
Glasses of wine
working.
and a wine glass with stems.
With a stem. There it is right there. Look, she's even got the little pinky out.
Of course she does.
Very nice. Hey, you can join them down here at Novo Brewery. All you have to do is come in here. You don't even have to network if you don't want to. There's a lot of room over here. You're going to sit by yourself, have a cold beer. You see, I can get Ben Brasino's over there. Go talk to him.
He's got water.
All right, well, don't do that. Nah, I wouldn't wish that on anybody. Come on down and see us, Novo Brewery. We're here till 6 o'clock. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Injuries happen, and when they do, you can skip the ER and get straight to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains, conveniently located in the Corey area with extended hours Monday through Saturday. They have on-site x-ray casting and bracing. In fact, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, but best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. So if you're injured, get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic. Learn more online at tsaog.com. That's tsaog.com.
Taking you home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6. KTFM Floresville. And everywhere at sasportstar.com.
Join us for San Antonio's most elevated fiesta event, Taste of the Northside, presented by HEB, on Thursday, April 23rd at 6 p.m. at the Rocket La Cantera. Enjoy tastings from over 50 local restaurants, plus premier wine, cocktails, cold beers, and live entertainment for one all-inclusive price. All proceeds benefit Brighton Center, serving children with disabilities and developmental delays in San Antonio. Tickets can be purchased at tasteofthenorthside.org. Viva Fiesta!
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. I don't know if you knew this, but anyone can get the same premium wireless for $15 a month plan that I've been enjoying. It's not just for celebrities, so do like I did and have one of your assistants switch you to Mint Mobile today.
Visit mintmobile.com/radio. Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like a staff accountant at the height of tax season.
Congrats. Looks like the company owes, $50 in taxes. How about that?
That seems low. Why only 50?
Why do you care so much? It's not your money.
This is your job for sponsored jobs. This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 80% water, right? It doesn't clean as well.
80% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure, concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Oh, let me make an announcement.
Attention shoppers, if you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Stop paying for watered-down detergents. Pay for clean. If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Pods. Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
Hello, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio and have been practicing law here since 1994. And in the past 30-plus years, I've helped hundreds of San Antonians injured by negligent drivers. If you've been injured in a car-truck collision, call me, 210-900-0400. I did want to let you know of a very disturbing trend I've seen that you really need to be aware of. If an attorney or someone acting on that attorney's behalf calls you after a traffic collision with very limited exceptions, that is called barratry or solicitation. It's a crime and it is unethical under our state bar rules. Do not answer these phone calls. Do not hire an unethical attorney. Neither I nor anyone in my firm will ever call you after a traffic collision. If you need my help, and if you've been injured in a traffic collision, I think you do, you'll need to call me. My name is Jason Thompson. My number is 210-900-0400, or go to my website, alawyerforus.com.
Hey golfers, you could win a set of custom golf clubs from Flight by Yingling. Thank you to everyone who played in the sold-out 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Spring Golf Tournament presented by Flight by Yingling. Now, imagine hitting the course with a set of custom clubs valued at $2,800 with a cold flight, 2.6 carbs, and 95 calories. Enter now at yingling.com/golf. No purchase necessary. Must be 21 or older. Flight by Yingling. Enjoy responsibly. DG Yingling & Sons, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Fiesta with NAW, Northwest Automotive Warehouse on Calabria Road. NAW has promos that know how to party. Use promo code BLITZ to get free install American-made real truck undercover, Ultraflex truck bed cover, and the Rough Country hard fold low profile bed cover or hard roll-up bed cover. Save money. Shop local with NAW, Northwest Automotive Warehouse. Family owned and operated since 1978 in the Big Red Building at 3027 Calabria or online at nawtruck.com. Viva Fiesta!
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, they've just gone to the top of the ninth out in Sacramento. The Texas Rangers trail the Athletics by a score of 6-5, although the Rangers do have a couple of men on base. Well, we've got a couple of games tomorrow night in the play-in version of the NBA playoffs. The Suns, well, they will play the Golden State Warriors in Phoenix for the right to face the defending champion OKC Thunder, and the Orlando Magic, well, they're going to play as well. They'll take on the Hornets to see who plays the Detroit Pistons. Are we done yet? Yeah.
Joe Reinagel.
The third time in 7 seasons, the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minutes.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52,
Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is Thursday, and we have started the weekend early at Novo Brewery. This is the Blitz 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Hope everybody's having a great Thursday afternoon. I know your Thursday afternoon will be a lot better if you were here with us at Novo Brewery. I'm Joe Reinagle. He is Jason Minix, and it looks like everybody's having a great time, Jason.
Absolutely, because, they started with water, and now, it's 5 o'clock. It is. They've switched things over here, and you two can come out and enjoy. Network if you want, or, network in a variety of ways, business or otherwise, because it's, you can do that here.
Absolutely, you can do that here. And if you don't want to network with the business folks, you don't have to. There's a lot of room here at Novo Brewery. You can come out here and just hang, have a drink, have some food, do whatever you want. It's a great place to be. And if you haven't been to Novo Brewery yet, you need to come out and check this place out. I promise you, it will become a regular part of your routine when it comes to watching sports, having lunch, having dinner, and a few drinks.
And if you go to sasportstar.com and watch the Blitz and comment, you can, and also participate in the poll there at sasportstar.com. If given the choice, all things equal, would you want bacon on your burger? Still 77% to 23. There's just must be enough votes where at one point I saw 78-22, but it's back to 77-23. And the poll question comes today because Reinagle ordered the Novo burger, which comes with bacon. It comes with it. Says right there on the menu. And he said, no bacon.
Take the bacon off. That's exactly what I said. And I'm happy about it. It came. It was delicious. And, no apologies to you or the 78% of you that like bacon. You have bacon all you want on your burger. All I want is some dead cow.
Bacon makes it better, but, it's one thing to say, like, no tomatoes or no pickles, but no bacon. Is damn near criminal because Novo's already decided, you know what? A lot of people want bacon on their burger. We're gonna have a burger with bacon already included and go that way. But Reinagle said, nah, no bacon. So that's the poll question. Again, sasportstar.com for you to do that. Game 1 coming up on Sunday night. And as the Spurs get ready for the postseason, one of the questions, this young team with very little playoff experience amongst them, and, superstar Wemby, his playoff debut is coming up on Sunday. Can they go win it all without having the playoff battle scars, if you will? Well, Hakeem Olajuwon spent some time working with Victor in the offseason, and in a sit-down interview with Malika Andrews for ESPN, Wemby was asked, what was the best advice you got from Hakeem?
Maybe it was actually advice, but it really stuck with me that you don't need to wait to win. Like you can do it right away. If you're that good, you're going to make your team win regardless.
You don't need to wait to win.
Well, that's great advice from Hakeem Olajuwon. And look, Wemby, you know what's interesting about that? Hakeem Olajuwon, obviously one of the best to ever play the game. And I think that Wemby kind of has taken on some of that a little bit. What I love about Wemby's and how his game has evolved just this year is the fact that he's not settling for all those outside shots anymore. I mean, he's still taking a few, and that's part of his game, and I get that. But he really seems to be moving the ball to the basket and getting in there and banging around and doing that stuff, and I like it. And I think it's working for him. I mean, obviously the guy's 7'4", he's taller than anybody else on the floor. So get in there and bang and do your thing inside. And the Spurs have evolved as well. There's been more of the throw it up the Wemby's under the basket kind of thing.
Well, and that's part of it. But, you think about everything that Vic has done to this point, building to this point in this season, far exceeding anybody's expectations. He went and spent time with the Monks and spent time with Hakeem Olajuwon. He was also asked yesterday during his press availability about what advice he's getting from the big three and from Greg Popovich.
Coach Pop, always good advice for sure. I want to talk with the Bears though. I haven't talked to them yet, but yeah, it's I'm hungry for knowledge, but I also it's so much going on, and we also have our own identity.
So he hasn't talked to those guys very much, although he did say he will get in Pop's ear from time to time. But you think about Wemby, Jason. He's not the only one. Devin Vassell, no playoff experience. Keldon Johnson, no playoff experience. Although he does have Olympic experience, maybe that will help him. Obviously, Dylan Harper with none. Carter Bryant with none. I mean, there's a lot of guys on that team that have Mitch Johnson with no playoff experience. So the first quarter of Sunday night's game is going to be interesting to watch. The lights are a little bit brighter. The play is a little bit different. How will the Spurs handle that? But you can say the same thing for Portland because they don't have any playoff experience either.
No, I mean, what do you have? Harrison Barnes and Luke Cornett.
Pretty much. De'Aaron Fox has a little bit.
Didn't they get run out pretty quick when he was in Sacramento? So, I mean, he's been there. He just wasn't there very long.
Right.
But, again, Portland is not a experienced playoff team either. And, the Spurs and the way Mitch Johnson seems to have this team, they're not going to overlook Portland. They're saying all the right things about the things Portland can do. And I think a lot of us are going to pick a sweep, or a gentleman's sweep in 5. I think the basketball world would be shocked if this went 6 or certainly 7, or if Portland upset San Antonio. I mean, that would be, but I don't think that you're going to see a Spurs team coming in overlooking anybody. And I can say that confidently because over the last couple of months, they have just beat the dog crap out of the bad basketball teams, where earlier in the season, they were struggling with lesser teams.
So let me ask you a question. And I was asked this earlier this morning. The line, at least right now on this game, game 1, is the Spurs are minus 10.5. Would you lay the 10.5 and take the Spurs in this one?
Yes.
You would. You feel pretty confident
today,
about that.
Yeah. And I think part of it is I just saw the Spurs team without Castle and Wemby beat the dog snot out of that Portland team.
You did. But then they got roasted against Denver without Wemby. That same, although Denver much
is
better
not
team.
Portland.
True. It's going to be interesting. I haven't decided which way I would go in that situation. I mean, as a Spurs fan and watching this team play, you think, well, that's not enough, 10.5. But that's a lot in an NBA game. 10.5 points, a lot of points. They should win. They should win handily. I think both games in San Antonio. The game that's dangerous for the Spurs, I think, is a game 3 in Portland. If Portland's going to win a game, that might be the one that they win.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, man. I really think it's going to be interesting, and it's going to be a lot of fun, and I can't wait to get there. Cannot wait to get there. That's the thing. I tell you what else I can't wait to do is talk to the general.
Getting flowers, yeah.
John McClain. He's going to join us next. We're live at Novo Brewery. You need to get down here as well and join all these other folks handing out brochures and cards and all kinds of other. That's a networking event. Come on down and party with us on a Thursday afternoon. It's a Blitz, a 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
And when we talk about the Spurs playoff games, you think back to the finals in 2014. The spot was the Rue Pub there at 281 in Redland Road, and it will be again for this playoff run for San Antonio. Meaningful basketball. No better spot than the Rue with those 3 massive 170-inch screens, TVs all around, and go to the Rue Pub. Go hungry. You know, the food is incredible. Love the fried shrimp over there, the biggest and best wings in town. About 15 different burgers on the menu, the hot dog, the chicken sandwich, the appetizers, the salads, and the game day atmosphere when the Spurs are playing is incredible. Of course, they have all the beers you want, full bar. Happy hour weekdays from 11 to 6. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch playoff basketball. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Rue Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Rue.
All right, step up. If you really know the Rangers, this is your game on Rangers Game Day. Make your call in the morning huddles, Ranger Double Dinger Payday. Pick the Ranger who takes one deep. He hits one, you're in. Ranger tickets. He hits two, and then we're talking tickets and a hotel stay. Big swings, big rewards. Wake up with the morning huddle and cash in with the morning huddles, Rangers Double Dinger Payday. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Texas Rangers.
This Saturday, April 18th at 4 p.m., the San Antonio Gunslingers ride into Freeman Coliseum for a Pistolero showdown against the Vegas Nighthawks. We're celebrating the rich culture and heritage of San Antonio and South Texas with a special Pistoleros-themed game full of pride, passion, and that true South Texas spirit. The first 1,000 fans through the door get our exclusive new Fiesta medal. Saddle up, San Antonio. Grab your tickets now at sagunslingers.com and let's fill the Coliseum. Guns up.
Almost 90 years ago, Academy Sports and Outdoors was born right here in Texas. So we know a thing or two about a thing or two. Like beans don't belong in Chile. It's called a feeder road. And how far really means how long. We've been your neighbor for generations. That's why we're adding Texas-sized deals across the store, only in Texas. If you happen to find a better price at a competitor, we'll beat it by 5%. Academy. Fun can't lose.
Hornitos 100% agave tequila isn't for the few, but for the many. To pour with friends and friends of friends. For you, for me, for everyone. Hornitos, the tequila de todos.
100% agave tequila for 100% of tequila lovers. Hornitos Tequila, 40% alcohol volume, 2026 Salsa Tequila Import Company, Chicago, Illinois.
When snack time calls, Pork Rinds answers. Be your own crunch time hero with Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds. Skip the chip and go straight for the ultimate crunch that's low carb, high protein, and loaded with bold flavor. We're talking sweet barbecue or hot honey. Yeah, it's that good. Snack smarter, crunch harder. Stock up on Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds at HEB or head to porkrinds.com. Make Southern Recipe your crunch time hero.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation, so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Hi, my name's Jason Thompson. I've lived in San Antonio for more than 50 years. Went to grade school, high school, and graduated from law school right here. San Antonians have trusted me as their attorney after serious injury and fatality collisions since 1994. My website is alawyerforus.com. Why a lawyer for us? Well, after several years of practice, I watched as insurance companies created their own law firms solely to defend against auto claims. Today, there are very few insurance companies that do not have their own captive law firm filled with attorneys whose job is to minimize what the insurance company has to pay on an auto claim. If you or a family member is injured in a traffic collision, you will need your own attorney. Just remember alawyerforus.com. For many lawyers you see on billboards, your case will be handled by a non-lawyer or a staff lawyer. If you call me, Jason Thompson, I will be the lawyer you speak with. The initial consultation is always free. If you or a family member needs an experienced attorney, an attorney you can trust, I want you to call me, Jason Thompson. My number is 900-0400. That's 210-900-0400 or alawyerforus.com.
Back here on the Blitz, live at Novo Brewery. That's where we are. We got a big business networking event happening out here. But you can come out here and join the party on this Thursday afternoon. I'm Joe Reinagle. He's Jason Minix.
The great John McClain joining us now on the Buyers Barricades guest line. And, John, probably the most important question or debate that we're having today here at Novo Brewery is Ryan Eagle's lunch choice. I want to get your thoughts, my friend. Here at Novo Brewery, they have a burger called the Novo Burger. This burger includes bacon. It's already built in. It's on it. It's part of the pricing and all of that. And Ryan Eagle ordered the Novo Burger and then asked the server, no bacon. Take it off. And she gave him a look like, what the hell, you don't want bacon? And he was like, yeah, no bacon. So he ordered a bacon burger with no bacon. How big of a mistake did Joe make today with his lunch order?
They need to change the name to the No Joe Burger.
I think it's a great idea, John.
Only one person could make that mistake, and it's Joe Ryan-Eagle, and he deserves to have No Joe Burger.
Well, I think that's a great. I'm going to suggest that to the management here. I think it's a great idea.
Oh, well, I know. And you know what's better than the No Joe? The one that already has bacon. What's surprising, John, is we made that a poll question on our YouTube page today, and right now 76% say yes, bacon on the burger. There's 24% of people that agree with Joe on this, and I can't believe that many people are wrong.
That's hilarious, isn't it?
Well, it is. But, I mean, I like bacon, John. Don't get me wrong, but not on a burger. And I like that Novo Burger for all the rest of the stuff on it.
I thought you guys were going to tell me you had the bacon built in, and then you added more bacon, and the hostess said, well, it has bacon built in, and Joe goes, yeah, but I like bacon. And so add 4 pieces.
Well, and then order, all right, I don't want bacon on my burger, but put it on the side. I can get some walking bacon, some side bacon to go with the fries. You've already paid for the bacon.
Well, the good news is, John, I didn't pay for anything because Jason's buying lunch today.
Yeah. And look, and Grace is coming over here now to get the credit card. So now I'm buying Ryan Eagle's lunch, and we're paying for the bacon that he didn't want. Can you believe this crap, John?
That is so fun. I'd love to taste a burger like that had the bacon built in. I've never found that here.
Yeah, well, because they do it right here.
They do it right here.
Sounds
the
like
service is fantastic as well. So
yeah. Crazy.
Yeah, I think Jason will get over that eventually at some point, John. I don't know.
I just can't wait because you're buying lunch next time, and I'm going to order extra bacon everything. How much extra bacon next week for the draft, which is 1 week from today? We're all tired of mock drafts and all that kind of stuff, John. I mean, how anxious are you just for next Thursday to get here?
I'm fired up like everybody else. It's the best time of the off season. You guys have so many Cowboy fans down there. They have the 2 number 1 picks. There's these, I think, BS talk of Jerry Jones trading up and getting like David Bailey or Arville Reese. I think he should stay right where he is, get a corner, get an edge rusher. They had the worst defense in the NFL, gave up 31 points a game. I know Stephen Jones said at the news conference this week, I think it was Stephen, they might draft offense, and I think if they were to draft offense, everybody would just throw up their hands because you guys know their offense is good enough. It's their defense that was horrendous, and even the Cowboys can't screw this up. If you can find players if you know what you're doing, if you listen to your scouts and your personnel people, and then your coaches have to coach them up. I think the Cowboys are going to get 2 contributors. Then, of course, they don't have another pick to look 3. And so I look for them to have a good first round unless they do something stupid.
John, a question for you, because obviously we cover the Cowboys extensively here. Every now and then we'll, especially when we talk to you, we'll talk Texas football. Do all the rumors that happen with the Cowboys, like the trading up, like this, like that, I mean, there's all kinds of stuff with the Cowboys. Does that happen to the Texans ever? Are you guys getting rumors like that and people saying that, well, the Texans may do this or that?
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of that. Nick Caserio makes more trades than any general manager in the NFL. They have the 28th pick in the first round because they are one of 2 teams that has won 3 playoff games in each of the last, has won a playoff game in 3 consecutive years. And because Casario traded out last year, there's a good chance he'll trade out this year. Most people are looking, when they're making deals, they want to get something next year because on paper, that 2027 draft's supposed to be one of the best ever. So much can happen, though, with NIL and players staying in school that we just assume are going to come out. And all I know, Texans have 3 picks in the first 2 rounds. They need, to me, at least 2 offensive linemen and a defensive tackle. And I don't know if that's what they'll do. And people, there's one school of thought that maybe Casario would trade up. I don't see him trading up. They don't have one glaring weakness, but the biggest weakness on this team, everybody knows, is still the offensive line because there are 2 signings, right tackle Braden Smith and left guard Wyatt Teller on the wrong side of 30. And if you don't continue to add talent in your offensive line, you're going to be in the same situation next year. And they believe they're a Super Bowl contender if they can run the ball better than they did last year when they were horrendous, especially the closer they got to the goal line, the more they treated it like quicksand. And if they can learn to run the football, and the addition of David Montgomery pays off the way it did for the Lions the last 3 years, they think they'll be a contender because they're confident C.J. Stroud will bounce back. But the Cowboys always have more attention than the Texans than anybody else because they are the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, they are. It's interesting, John, when you think about, the needs, and I'm with you. I'm thinking offensive linemen in the first round, and I know that's not always the sexiest way to go. And you mentioned defensive tackle, which I'm thinking, all right, maybe they'll do that in, a later round. Although USA Today's mock draft today has them taking Peter Woods from Clemson, a defensive tackle, with that 28th pick, and I'm thinking I need Houston to get an offensive lineman there.
I saw one yesterday, had him taking a cornerback, and I'm thinking, do you not pay any attention to the Houston Texans at all? And there are so many that I've seen imposters, a linebacker in the first round. They have their top 3 linebackers back. Now, I do think this, the 2 starting linebackers are Azeez Al-Shire and Henry To'oTo'o. Both are going to the last year of their contracts. I think they will get at least one, probably Al-Shire, who is the leader of their defense, maybe To'oTo'o extended. But at some point, I also think they will draft a linebacker, could be in the 3rd or 4th round. They need a tight end like Dalton Schultz, a tight end who can catch the ball, because if Schultz gets hurt, then they're in trouble because their other tight ends are all guys who are there because they can block, and they need one who can catch. And because Schultz is a very valuable target for C.J. Stroud, especially when he's in trouble and needs an intermediate route for a first down. And I do think they'll take offensive linemen, a defensive tackle, a tight end, a linebacker. I'm hoping they add another running back as well because they have David Montgomery. They have Woody Marks. Got him in the 4th round last year. He was a nice surprise, but considering Montgomery is going to shoulder a much heavier load than he had with Detroit when he ran for 33 touchdowns over the last 3 years compared to the Texans' 34 and 8 last season compared to the Texans' 9. I think they need to have a third back, or if Montgomery gets hurt or Marks gets hurt, they're in a really good shape when it comes to the draft.
John, I'm just curious. I know it was a disappointing end to the season last year with that loss to New England. What is the vibe there in Houston? I mean, this team obviously is damn good defensively, and offensively they're pretty good too, especially with some of the additions and the players they're going to get back. Are fans there still optimistic that this team can get all the way to the Super Bowl?
Well, I don't know how anybody can be optimistic about it, considering they've never even been beyond the divisional round. I said here for years, I will never miss them in Super Bowl in the same sentence on a coming season until they prove to me they can get beyond the divisional round. And it happened again last year. And they should have been able to win that game. They were missing Nico Collins. They had some other starters out, but that was no excuse for C.J. Stroud to play so bad. I thought Nick Caley, the offensive coordinator, he had Stroud throwing the ball in New England. It was snowing when he had the best defense in the NFL. All the offense needed to do was not turn it over. The defense had just scored 2 touchdowns in a rout of Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh. So they should have had a similar game plan, but for whatever reason, they didn't. And Nick Caley going into his second year as coordinator should be better than the first one. Bobby Slowick wasn't. Bobby got fired after his second season. People believe in Stroud here. Once they got over the initial shock of him having the worst playoff game in the history of Houston quarterbacking, they started thinking about next season. And they also know Nick Caserio and D'Amico Ryans have to add some more people around him, starting with the line and the running game.
The great John McClain here on the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. John, you're in a pretty good mood considering how bad the Astros have started this season. I know, they're playing
How
Colorado
bad? My
tonight.
goodness. Jason, they got a 2-game winning streak. Give me a break.
Well,
they're on a roll.
I know they got Colorado that's made it a little better, but my God, they've been bad this year.
Rockies swept them when they played in Denver. And I got to tell you the truth. I'm a diehard fan going back to the first game in franchise history, and I was so disgusted after they lost to the Rockies. I stopped watching them, and I'll sneak a peek to see what they're doing. I know they've won the last 2. They're 8-11. It's amazing. Their hitting has been the best in baseball, and their pitching has been the worst in baseball. It's amazing, and they have 5 starters on the injured list. And I just and Tatsuma Imai is talking through his interpreter about it's hard for him to adjust because the mounds are harder or softer. I can't remember. And then he said something after the last game in Japan. They eat back at the hotel after games, and here they eat in the clubhouse at the stadium like he's not pitching but well because of that. Well, I'm thinking, dumbass, then wait till you get back to the hotel to eat. And what does eating after a game have to do with the way you're pitching? Give me a bleeping break. And he must have gotten a tummy ache because he's on IL too.
Wow. It's so early, though. I mean, they could turn this thing around and be there at the end. I mean, you still have hope for that, don't you, John?
Well, of course, they're tied with the Mariners for last place. Mariners are off to a terrible start. You know, when the Angels are ahead of you, you're in trouble, but you feel confident the Angels are going to end up in last place. Nobody is running away with what right now is a very mediocre division.
The great John McClain. Follow him on Twitter at McClain_on_NFL. Next Thursday, draft day. John, we'll talk to you then.
I can't wait, guys. Thank you very much as always. And get one of those No Joe burgers.
That's right.
The No Joe burger. No bacon for you, John McClain. And all our guests on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond. Online at buyersbarricades.com.
The No Joe burger. I love that. And we got to talk to management around here. Get that changed on there.
Yeah, it'll be a vegetarian patty.
No, it could be the Novo burger regular, then the No Joe burger. One with bacon, one without. Perfect. But all the other ingredients are there. Saying it's a damn good idea. That's why John McClain is the general. Comes up with stuff like that. He's just fantastic.
Yeah.
Outstanding.
Uh-huh.
All right, we are still out here at Novo Brewery. And you can get out here as well. The business, what is it called? Mixer? Networking? Networking. I don't see anybody well, they're networking, I guess. I don't know what they're talking about, but they are. You can still come out of here, too. The drinks are flowing. See a guy with wine there. There's beer. There's cocktails. There's everything that you could imagine right here at Novo Brewery. If you're hungry, come on out here, too, because the food is fantastic. fantastic. We'll continue here from Novo Live. This is the Blitz, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. And let me tell you about Window Nation. Window Nation, it's a new sponsor of ours, and I'm very happy to have them because I tell you what, they came in when they first got with us and decided to go with us and gave us all a demonstration on exactly how windows affect everything in your house, especially when it comes to your air conditioner or heater. The demonstration was eye-opening. If your windows are bad, if they're old, if they are not sealed properly, you can lose a ton of money on your electric bill because all the air conditioning's running outside. All the heat is going outside, and that hot air and cold air, whatever the situation or season is coming into your house. It is amazing how that demonstration, just simply eye-opening. You have the same demonstration as well. All you have to do is go to windownation.com, and now's the perfect time to go to windownation.com because they're having a great sale. It's called the More You Buy, the More You Save sale. You can save up to 50% off all of your windows. Plus, you can get them with 0% interest for 5 years. It is one heck of a deal. There is no excuse not to give Window Nation a try. Give them a look-see at windownation.com. You can book a consultation, and they'll come out to your house and do the exact same thing they did at the radio station just a couple of weeks ago for us. It was fantastic. Get it done. Stop putting it off. Get with Window Nation and let them show you how much money they can save you. Save big with the Window Nation. The more you buy, the more you save sale going on right now. It is a heck of a deal, so you know this deal is not going to last that much longer. Again, visit windownation.com. That's windownation.com.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Coming up on the Morning Huddle, the playoffs are set. 16 teams vying for one trophy in the NBA, Rob.
Hey, let's pay attention to a wounded thumb. Is Dylan going to be ready for Sunday? Are the Trailblazers going to be tougher than we expect? We'll undo it all. Get here early. The party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. Some people reach a line and stop. Some hit a wall and turn around. Then there are the ones who cross the line, climb the wall, face obstacles, and turn them to their advantage. That's where we come in. We're the next rodeo. We design bold marketing that drives real growth. A creative partner for businesses ready to push forward beyond what's expected. The Next Rodeo. Learn more at thenextrodeo.com.
San Antonio has a drinking problem, and it's getting worse every day. More and more people are on the bottle. This is Rob Thompson for Connecticut Quality Water Systems of San Antonio and the Hill Country, and I want to help you get off the bottle. The plastic water bottle, that is. I don't blame you. Tap water has that off taste, but buying bottled water over and over is like losing in the first round every single week. You keep paying, you keep hauling it home, and the bottled water companies keep hauling your money to the bank. There's a better way out there. Right now, when you buy Connecticut water softener, you get a K5 reverse osmosis osmosis drinking station free. It's installed right in your kitchen sink. It's like having a bottled water machine at home without the bottles. Pure, clean, great tasting water. The K5 helps remove the contaminants and reduce the stuff that messes with taste and odor. Do what Dave Ramsey recommends. Do what I do. Make the wise investment. Call Connecticut today, 210-656-PURE. That's 210-656-PURE. Go get one today. I know you're going to be thanking me later.
ConnecticutSA.com.
License number 38961.
Attention coaches, educators, and booster clubs. Need a fundraiser that's different from the rest? With Gardenville, supporters purchase something they already need. High quality, locally sourced mulch and compost. Your organization earns money on every sale. Real products, real value, with support from Gardenville to keep it simple. Ready to grow your fundraiser? Visit garden-ville.com/fundraising. That's garden-ville.com/fundraising.
Progressive knows you think the grass is always greener, like maybe you ride a motorcycle. But today, it's raining. So you wish you had an RV, but if you did, you'd have to listen to some guy parked next to you at a campsite plays acoustic guitar. Now, before you start wishing you had a boat, remember, your brother-in-law would invite himself every weekend.
Permission to come aboard, Captain?
But one thing that is greener is the money you could save when you bundle your RV, boat, or motorcycle with your home or auto with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Back here live at Novo Brewery. This is the Blitz, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe. He's Jason. Just saw this from TMZ, Minix. It just popped up.
What?
A reporter. Let's see who this girl is. It is Chrissy Floyd. Now, she's an NFL reporter, apparently, according to TMZ. I've never heard of her. But apparently she's celebrating Diana Rossini's firing or quitting or resignation or whatever. So she got canned.
Wait, what?
Yes. Apparently, according to the headline, it says NFL reporter Chrissy Floyd sacked from USA Today for celebrating Diana Rossini's troubles.
Interesting, because I saw where Michelle Beadle, it says something along the lines that, you know, a lot of people, there are a lot of dirt out there. Be careful, right? But I do understand the idea of where, you know, for female reporters, this makes their job that much more difficult.
It really does.
And it's unfair, and it is a double standard, and I think we're all aware of that. But it does make it a lot more difficult. That's not the TMZ article that I thought you were going to reference.
Well, what'd you think I was going to reference?
Well, the former adult film star is now an attorney. Retired porn star, Asia Carrera, has passed her bar exam. She's going to be a lawyer.
I wonder how she passed her bar exam, Minix.
Well, she took the test.
Oh. Are you sure?
I don't think there's any other way to pass your bar exam.
I've seen her movies. She passed a lot of bars.
So, Pledge, you're a big fan of this one?
Back in the day.
Wow. Really?
Not currently?
What's her specialty, Pledge?
Stop.
He's just got to quit that.
Yeah. Who knew?
There's a pro bono joke in there somewhere.
Pro what?
Stop it.
Bono.
Oh, Bono. Okay. I didn't know where you were going there.
You knew where I was going there.
Well, that's great. Well, good for her.
Well, sure.
I suppose. It could be a good practice representing porn stars.
Sure.
Right? I
Maybe
mean,
be
could
an
be.
agent.
Could be. Who knows?
Is she going to be a personal injury attorney?
Well, could be.
I mean,
workers' comp.
Could you imagine? I think about, Jason Thompson, a lawyer for us, has that one commercial where he talks about all the nicknames from the Hammer and the Shark and all that. What would the porn star nickname be if she's that PI attorney? I mean, she can't use the Hammer. It's already gone.
No, she can't. That's a good question. I'd have to think about that.
Yes.
The PI,
Nothing comes to mind.
Well, there are a lot of things come to mind, but I like my job.
Well, that's interesting.
Interesting is what you have.
I don't know where to go with that one, but I just pro bono.
Screw it. Well, you know what that means, right?
Yeah, I know what that means, but it's very close to something else.
Kind of like saying buku tips.
Yes. God, we played that back, and I'm not sure that's exactly what I said at that moment in time.
It's exactly what we all heard.
Well, I didn't mean for it to be that way, but it was buku tips.
With a P.
Yes, with a P.
But that's not what you said. You said tips, but with a T.
Well, I didn't mean to. Though. That was a mistake.
Wow.
I mean, so obviously, poor Grace running around. I
mean, she gave you a look because you were talking about her buku.
Well, and they're not really buku. I'm just saying. So I was just hoping. But
dig
obviously,
dig a hole.
With all these people in here, she got some tips.
Yes.
Way to enunciate.
So that's good.
Talking is difficult.
Talking can be difficult. Yes.
Just bring up
Fred
Sydney
Record said
Sweeney.
That,
He
porn
reverts.
star could be the jackhammer. Oh,
pile
my
driver.
Goodness. Woo! You know, it's been a great Thursday here at Novo Brewery. And I promise you, Minix and I have not had one drop of alcohol today yet.
Do you think I'm an idiot?
Well, maybe.
Maybe.
I mean, it's certainly a possibility.
Our poll on our San Antonio
here we
Sports Star YouTube page was about all about my choice for lunch.
Which was a great choice.
Well,
just wrong. You did it wrong.
And if given the choice, all things equal, would you want bacon on your burger? The yeses have it 75%. Thank you to the no's at 25%. I appreciate your honesty and having the courage to go against the grain here.
Well, and look, there is a difference. Claymore says no bacon on my burger.
Thank you,
right?
Claymore.
And I get people that don't want to add bacon to their burger. But if it's already there, why would you have it removed?
Because I don't want it on there.
Well, then order something else.
I wanted that burger with all the other stuff on it and just no bacon. I mean, how does that not compute? It's got all the other stuff.
You paid for the bacon.
Well, no, you paid for the bacon.
Which is why I'm a little pissy about it.
I appreciate Minix buying lunch today, but see, here's how this works. When we go places and do remotes like this, we take turns buying lunch, and it was Minix's turn to buy lunch. So that's why he's a little bit upset. I got off easy the other day at the Mexican food restaurant when I had to buy lunch.
Yeah, you did.
It was pretty cheap.
Yeah, $10.
It was more than $10, but the plates were like $10.
Yeah, $10 a pop.
Right.
You know, you order a $19 burger because they got $4 bacon on there.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you son of a.
Oh, I think our next remote's at McDonald's.
Are you going to try the arch sauce?
No,
we're not going to McDonald's.
I had the we'll go into Mellow Mushroom on Monday, and I can't wait. I'm happy.
Oh,
happy
absolutely
to buy lunch at Mellow Mushroom.
We are going to celebrate 420.
Yes,
at Mellow Mushroom. Hey, Mellow Monday. On 420, let's call it a Munchie Monday.
Munchie Monday.
Oh, and I can already tell you, Joe, we're getting a Mighty Meter pizza.
Okay.
No meat.
We'll probably get what?
Mighty Meter, no meat.
The hell with you, Fred. I'm ordering and Reinego's paying. We're going to get those pretzel bites with the great cheese sauce.
Okay.
Oh yeah, dude, I've got a great order for Monday.
Fantastic. I'm in.
I
That's
mean,
good.
You know, you think about last time we were at Mellow Mushroom. We ordered a large pizza and there was some left, and we ordered some other stuff. And then Caden took it all home.
He did.
He did.
Yeah, he did.
Absolutely.
Wow.
I mean, we told him to, if he wanted to, but he did.
He did. I'm happy he did. He can do the same thing on Monday, too.
He can, but I'll probably order my dinner, too, on your lunch tab.
It doesn't work that way.
Brilliant. Well, I mean, if I'm still ordering.
Well, I mean, you know, only if there's no bacon on it.
Well, there is bacon on the Mighty Meter.
And there is, and I'm fine with that. I just don't want it on my burger. I just appreciate all the 25% of you that had the stones to say no bacon on your burger.
I mean, you're in there with putting ketchup on your chicken fried steak.
Now, I don't know if the 25% that agree with me on this would agree with me on that.
Well, I mean,
I don't know.
You know what we do every Thursday about this time?
The Blitz wants you to know what's on tap. Presented by Sam's Burger Joint.
We get you ready for the weekend. We call it What's on Tap. It's brought to you by Sam's Burger Joint online, samsburgerjoint.com, where you can get your tickets, see their entire schedule, the menu as well, where you can get a great bacon cheeseburger. They have The Choir on Friday night. Saturday night, Tex Zepp, a tribute to Led Zeppelin. And on Sunday, Bros Inc., Ruben B., and Jimmy Spacek.
That'll be good.
Yeah, it's a great show on Sunday.
That'll be really good. Thursday, tonight.
That's tonight.
If you don't want, if you're doing something else. At Green Hall is the Tiffany Dawn Band. At the Aztec Theater, you've got Lacuna Coil, Sleepless Empire 2026, Charlene McComb's Empire Theater, Damien Escobar, Art of a Gentleman. That must be my story. LOL Comedy Club, Gen X Comedy, and Spec Store. I have no idea where that is. Neff Hernandez.
You've never been to Specs?
Never been there.
Way
well,
out
the
Blanco.
liquor store, yeah.
No, Specs.
Oh,
SPECHTS.
Yes.
Straight out Blanco, new ownership, great burgers, and they're doing live music.
Oh, all right then. I'll have to check that place out.
Friday night, Ray Wiley Hubbard on stage at Green Hall. That will be one hell of a show. Always is with the great Ray Wiley Hubbard. Sammy Arriga and Matt Castillo at Floors Country Store. All your friends are going to be at the Stable Hall at the Pearl. Rockbox has Guilt Trip and something else.
Malevolence.
Bluebonnet Palace has Passing Strangers, Oyster Bake, Switchfoot, Saliva, and Don't Panic.
Wow. How about that? Saturday, Boeing Center at Techport, Fiesta de los Niños. Green Hall, Joshua Ray Walker is performing out there. Cameron Marlowe is at Floors Country Store on Saturday night. ACL Live, what is that,
A typo? It's Joe Satriani and Steve Vai.
Okay, thank you.
A couple of great guitarists.
Yeah, all right, well, I've heard of Joe Satriani.
You've heard of Steve Vai, too.
I'm sure I have.
Yeah.
At 310, Mickey and the Motor Cars.
I don't know where 310 is, but Mickey and the Motor Cars are great.
Rockbox Club Taylor Red, whatever that is. Oyster Bake, Drake Mulligan, David Lewis, Dustin De La Garza, and Candlebox,
yeah,
right?
I don't know where you got that lineup, Pledge, but you missed all the great bands, including Candlebox. Kevin Martin, the lead singer from Candlebox, will be on the Blitz tomorrow.
Yeah, very cool. Looking forward to that. The Rah Rah Room, Necro Fiesta, Fiesta del Diablo.
Green Hall on Sunday has Robert Lawson and Triple Threat. The Currents playing at Rockbox. Oyster Bake is still going on Sunday. I didn't know that. Porta at Thirsty Horse Saloon. And Spec Store has Chris Ray and Nick Pullison.
You know, I didn't know that either. I thought it was just a Friday, Saturday thing. I didn't know it went on Sunday, too. Well, that's good. Maybe they've expanded. Monday, we're going to be live out at Mellow Mushroom. That's one thing you need to put on your calendar. We'll be out there 2 to 6, obviously. Green Hall, Dan Whitaker Band. Tobin Center, Texas Cavaliers River Parade Viewing Party. And then, of course, the Alamo Dome, the Carnival's going on.
Absolutely. Let's see, let's jumping ahead. Tuesday, the Missions home against the Amarillo Sod Poodles. And next Wednesday, in Austin at the Moody Center, Stevie Nicks.
This dude, now that's something. I'd love to go see that.
I saw Stevie Nicks with Billy Joel last year in Dallas, and she's still, I mean, holy cow. Strange chick, but hell of a concert. And Bush next Wednesday at Freeman Coliseum.
At Freeman Coliseum.
I know. Pledge, do we have tickets to that? Promotions guy?
Hey, and then obviously we missed a couple of things.
What did we miss?
Sunday, the Spurs take on the Portland Trailblazers inside the Frost Bank Center. And then Tuesday is game 2 of that series. Just letting everybody know in case you forgot.
The Spurs in the playoffs, which is huge. And Then a lot of what's on tap brought to you by Sam's Burger Joint, samsburgerjoint.com. And you think about the Spurs and all the excitement and all the national press. And Wemby did a sit-down with Malika Andrews, and he got into a lot of different things, including his meeting with Hakeem Olajuwon with Joe. We were right there when this happened last year at the Final Four.
So we met at the finals of NCAA. So the Final Four, right away he was very friendly, and he told me right away that he wanted to share what he had, what he knew, all the footwork stuff, things that look easy but aren't, but he makes them easier, and just some advice that comes with experience, and nothing can replace experience.
Well, I mean, it's good advice.
Well, that's true, but I remember we were walking down in the tunnel. Here comes Wemby. Hakeem was sitting right there, and Wemby went right over there, and the security stopped us. It's like, well, what's going on? And Joe was like, you know who it's Wemby and Hakeem. That was pretty cool.
Very cool. Very cool. I do remember that. And, hey, I'm all for him getting a little advice from Hakeem the Dream.
Well, I like the advice that Hakeem told him.
Maybe it was actually advice, but it really stuck with me that you don't need to wait to win, like you can do it right away. If you're that good, you're going to make your team win regardless.
You don't need to wait to win. Playoff experience, you don't need that. Go win that damn trophy.
Well, get the experience while you're winning a trophy.
Screw it.
I mean, make it exactly a Wemby. Screw it. Screw it. It has been a great day here at Novo Brewery. That's for sure. And again, if you didn't get a chance to make it out here today, be sure and check this place out. It's just a great place. And it will be part of your routine, I guarantee you, if you come in here one time. The food is great. Drinks are flowing, and everybody has a good time. Novo Brewery, attached to North Star Mall. It's got its own entrance. That's why I say attached to North Star Mall. And they're open late hours. They're not dependent on the mall hours. So come on out and see us. Pledge, you got a show tonight.
Yes, sir.
All right. Extra Innings with Pledger is coming up next. Be sure and wake up early and join the fellas on the Morning Huddle. AJ and Rob tomorrow morning. They get started at 6 o'clock. And Minix and I will be back in the studio tomorrow afternoon at 2. Have a great night, everybody.
Riding 1604 with the Blitz.
On the road again. Just can't wait to get on the road again.